Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Toby. Welcome to the podcast. If you're a new listener, welcome. I'm going to give a big shout out to my day ones for the past 6 years, my subscribers, my listeners. I appreciate people who talk about this podcast, who share this podcast, who support this podcast, who write reviews for this podcast. Really appreciate all your support. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been giving it away for free. So many people ask me why I don't film it, why I don't monetize on YouTube, why don't I charge people for it on Patreon? And their answer is because I don't want to. I love these conversations in my kitchen. I love the honesty. I love that people want to come back for 2 or 3 episodes, the reoccurring guests that I have all the time. I love it. No lights, no cameras. I myself do not like going on podcasts that are being filmed and have lights. I've done it a couple times. I'll probably never do it again. I don't feel like myself in those situations. So I want all my guests to be as comfortable as possible. I do have sponsors. The sponsors keep my shit going. They keep it alive. But I will never interrupt a conversation with an ad in the middle of it. People do that all the time, and I will never interrupt the flow of a conversation. So don't worry about that. But I do have amazing sponsors who I align myself with, who the products that I use on a daily basis. I've turned down so much money for sponsors that want to be part of this podcast with companies I've never tried or didn't align with. I'm very picky about who I have on my sponsors and have on this podcast. That being said, check out the sponsors. Joe, cue up the music. Since 1987, Rockabilia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love, from pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collabs drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. We have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy, Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Oates, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabilia Instagram. Also go to rockabilia.com and use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabilia.com. Use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabilia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLLC fam. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them as a sponsor of my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just store a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies. In one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading the word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth. Welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today I have a very, very special guest in my kitchen. Not even sure the last time I saw this human. It's been a couple years at least.
Yeah.
The legend, the man, the myth, Mr. Matt Wallace. Thank you for being here.
Legend in my own mind, I tell you.
How are you?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good sitting here in your fancy, nice, sweet kitchen with your cute little dog here. She's a sweetheart.
Stella, yeah. She might fart on you, but that means she likes you.
Okay, good. I like how you do that because that way when you actually you're farting, you'll be like blaming the poor little dog.
I think you can tell a dog fart compared to a human fart.
Oh, you can?
I think so. Okay. I got weird vegan farts that don't really smell that well.
There you go.
It smells like tofu. Those smells like meat or something. My dog's not vegan. That's a little hardcore for me.
Yeah, I know when people have vegan pets, it's like, I'm not sure if the dogs want to be vegan, but you never know.
Yeah, they'd have no choice.
That's right, they don't.
How are you, man?
I'm doing really, really, really good, man.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
So I guess it was at the Hi-Hat show. That was a while ago. That was before the pandemic, I think.
Dude.
Before the world went crazy, yeah.
You guys were rocking. It was so fun to see you, as always.
Was Max playing with us then, too? He played one song, maybe.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think he did one song.
That was before the pandemic and everything went crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
And so how are you? Nice to see you, man.
I'm doing really, really well. It's amazing how when life finally comes together. It only took me 60 years, but it's pretty good now.
Yeah. You had a crazy journey getting here too, trying to get your car charged up.
Yeah.
I started thinking about that too, because it's like you don't go to gas stations, so you have to find these spots.
Well, the thing of these electric cars, if I just lived here locally, it wouldn't be a problem. I would charge that thing up and probably once every week or two because I'd just be putting around town. But
yeah,
I drove 150 miles to get here this morning.
Dude, thank you so much for that. I realized you lived that far, man.
That's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. No, I was looking forward to doing this. So the problem is that once you do that, then the car's like, well, I'm all out of gas now, and I had to go to my studio in Van Nuys first. So I was like, okay. I went to my little charging place at the Target. It's like only 1 out of 4 chargers were working, and there's a line of cars. Like, okay, well, this sucks. So I went to my studio and had a little breakfast, a little bit of cereal, and I drove to this other charging place on near in Sherman Oaks, and it's like a long ass line. I was like, okay, now, and I looked at all the other ones; they're all full because you can look on your little app.
Yeah.
It's like they're all full. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna be late. Fudge. And so anyway, so I was like, that's why I talked. I was like, man, and I didn't have enough to get out and back in my charging. I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get back home after this, so I better charge it. Then I was in this line of I was like a number 8 in this line.
It's kind of scary though. Kind of like if something did happen,
I'd be screwed.
Yeah,
I'd be walking.
Like if everything ran out or something, it's kind of crazy.
It's
man.
it's.
But you like electric cars? They're nice.
Oh my God, it's really cool. It's the nicest car I've had, and it's super quiet. I mean, it's super quiet. You drive around, and you go, man, it's like there's no sound because there's no motor sound, and they also dampen all the road sound. Because right before I had a 2009 Honda Accord, which I just so
it's a crazy upgrade
with 200,000 miles on it.
No way.
And so
finally treated yourself.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this nice car, and I didn't even test drive it. I just bought it. I was like,
really?
I'm just gonna get an electric car. Which one? I'll get this one. It's got a good rating from consumers, so I bought it.
Yeah, I've been in a couple of Teslas before, and it's just really quiet,
super
and smooth,
and they're super fast. Oh my God, those things are fast. It's just.
I think my next car I'm gonna get is electric car. I'd have a car. Yeah. I sold my car like 4 years ago. I walk everywhere.
Really? What would you have?
A Mazda. And I got my son. My son got a truck, and my wife has her 65 Falcon.
Nice.
I stay in my neighborhood. I walk everywhere. I like just, I don't know.
Did you ever ride a bike or something?
I ride a scooter sometimes.
Oh, there you go.
Or
Scooters
a skateboard.
Skateboard.
Yeah.
Dude, that used to be my transpo when I was in high school.
Really?
Oh my God, I used to skateboard everywhere. Everywhere. That's all I did. Skateboarded.
Was that before California? Or was that in Oklahoma?
No, it was in California. It was California, but it's just like I was never like a skateboard trickster dude. But man, I skated everywhere, and I went to UC Berkeley, took my skateboard.
Yeah.
That was my transpo, man. It was
that's cool.
Loved
man.
it, and I built my own deck and everything. Put the trucks on and everything.
You remember what board your first board was, or remember the boards?
Mine was all
Powell Peralta.
I just built my own. I built my own because I didn't.
Really?
I couldn't afford it. The coolest board I made though, me and my buddies. You know those arms that come down when a car drives through. You know? We found one that was broken. It was like a 6-foot thing.
No way.
We put 4 trucks on it. What? And it's kind of wide and it goes to narrow.
Yeah.
Went to a Berkeley hill and laid on it head first like a bunch of idiots and rode down this hill super fast with nowhere to stop.
No helmets or nothing.
Of course not. We were totally stupid.
Oh my God,
But
dude.
that was amazing. Those are
huge ass hills too.
There's huge hills, and if a car came up, we would have been hit our head on. We would have been dead. I mean, it was dumb, but it was a lot of fun.
That sounds pretty fun, yeah.
It was really fun.
But you were skating around to school and stuff like that.
Oh
That's
my
cool.
God, yeah. I used to skate like a half a mile to school every day, and I just took my board with me, put it in the locker. I just loved it, man. I think my sister actually made my first board at like wood shop and gave it it to me, and then I put the
It's crazy. You
trucks
make your own decks, man.
on. Oh yeah, because I don't think I ever bought a real deck. I just did that.
That's crazy.
That's how we did it.
Just super DIY, right?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. That's how you do it.
How you built speakers with the G.I. Joe walkie-talkie stuff.
Oh my God, that's a whole other thing too. Yeah, hell yeah.
But
I think
super DIY, dude.
the problem with the homemade decks is they're really thick and they don't flex. Like the really good decks nowadays are plywood and they flex and they have cutouts for the wheels and stuff like that.
It's so good.
So mine were, the wheels were super high, and if you kind of, turned too sharp, the wheels would kind of hit the bottom of the deck. Whereas the modern ones are like super cool. But so I never got like that good. I could do some slide turns and stuff like that and hold on to it.
Especially on the hills and stuff. The slides are good.
Oh my God, yeah. But I just was so
no ollies or nothing like that.
No, I wasn't that talented. My friend Dave though used to do handstands on his. He'd do a handstand and go down. I was like, that's cool. I tried that. It didn't work.
What
for
year
me.
are we talking here?
That was probably 75, 76.
Oh yeah, way before skateboarding blew up.
Yeah. I had a couple buddies. We were into that super early on. And again, not particularly good, but definitely loved doing it. So 75, probably like 76, 77 is probably when I was really getting into it.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
because I used to ride in my senior in high school. I used to ride my skateboard to school. I didn't have a car, so I just rode my skateboard.
I love it, man. Big city life, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know you're from Oklahoma too. I thought you were from California for some reason, but
Well, born in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of a boring story do you want?
like how long you lived there for? Like to what age?
Oklahoma. I lived there for like maybe half a year, 2 years. Then we moved to Denver. My sister was born. Then we moved to all trailer parks. My folks were so poor. We lived in single wide trailer park in Oklahoma, trailer park in Denver, Colorado, trailer park in Newhall, California. And then my dad was too old because he was a pilot. He was like 30 years old. We had to go overseas for work. So we moved to Japan, Yokohama, Japan, Cairo, Egypt, Beirut, Lebanon, Tehran, Iran, back to Tokyo, Japan. I came to the States as a junior in high school. I'd lived overseas till I was a junior in high school. I was like 15, like, whoa, this is crazy.
Holy crap.
Pretty crazy life. I mean, seriously, like overseas. I was like, my first, I don't know how many years, I was the odd man out because in my Japanese kindergarten, I'm the only white person. It's all Japanese. There's a photo of like 100 moms and kids and one little round-eyed kid right in the middle. That was me. And then
that's crazy.
And then we lived in Cairo, Egypt. I was like the only kid. A lot of Arab kids there. Same thing, Beirut, Lebanon.
Were those fun experiences? You remember? Like, I
remember. It was cool. I mean, it was definitely cool. I mean, I think that really formed my view on life, knowing that I was the other early on.
Yeah.
So now I understand when people talk about, outside the white male experience, when people like, black people or women or Hispanic people or Asian. It's like, yeah, I got a taste of that. I didn't live it my whole life, but I certainly got a taste. Like, yeah, I can understand it. I haven't never really lived it like they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it made a big difference.
So it was almost like a culture shock coming to California from that.
Dude, we came to land in Oakland, California, July 3rd, and I went to high school in the Walnut Creek, Contra Costa area.
Okay,
yeah. Went there, and I was there like literally junior in high school. Walked into an American school, like wow, it was crazy. And then of course I started bands. So that's the only way I knew how to get a hold of people. So I started bands. I put ads in the school paper. Hey, looking for a bass player, a guitar, drummer, singer, whatever. But I was in bands since I was 13, and even in Japan I was in bands.
Really, what kind of bands in Japan?
We played like Sabbath stuff and Deep Purple and that kind of thing. So it was just like
so it was popular. That music was popular everywhere, obviously.
Yeah. I remember when Lynyrd Skynyrd's first record came out. I was like, man, that's pretty cool. But I was all the heavy rock stuff, and also, but then I loved the Carpenters on the radio, so I was like really pop stuff, and Motown. But then also, I was in bands we played like heavy, ugly stuff because that's probably a little easier than the pop stuff,
for sure.
But yeah, and I made a walkie-talkie. I made a wireless guitar on my G.I. Joe walkie-talkies.
I know, that's crazy.
In 1973, I was 13.
Dude,
I made that. I could have been a multi-millionaire if I just turned that into a business, but I was not very smart.
So were you playing? What were you playing in the band? Like
guitar.
Okay.
I was mainly guitar. I was guitar till I came back to the States, and I was in like college. I was like playing drums in one band, bass in another, and guitar in another. But never like a real musician. But I could play.
Just self-taught stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I learned folk guitar when I was in middle school. I used to put my guitar in a guitar case on the handlebars of my bike and ride down this exceptionally busy street in Japan. It was like a 6-mile ride. And go take lessons and put my guitar back in the case on my fucking handlebar. Oh, I shouldn't swear. On my handlebars all the way back home. Dude, it was
no way.
And the street I used to go on was like super busy. Trucks everywhere and everything like that. It was, one kid got killed because a truck honked the horn. The kid fell in front of the truck. But I learned folk guitar.
What part of Japan?
an air base called Yokota. We lived in a place called Fusa.
Okay.
And so it was like we lived on off base because we weren't military. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you met some Americans over there, maybe because of military base, yeah.
Yeah, there was military. I went to a Department of Defense school from like 5th grade onward. So then I was like with other, like white and black and Asian kids. That was cool.
Department of Defense school?
Yeah, DOD. That's because when people would go overseas, because they were on a station in Japan. That was during the Vietnam War. So if there was guys out there and they had wives and kids, well, they had to go to school somewhere. So they built these schools for kids to.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, dude. It was serious.
It's great. And so where was Camp Belinda school?
Camp Belinda was in Moraga. That's in the Walnut Creek, Contra Costa area. Yeah, so Camp Belinda, absolutely.
Wow, dude.
But dude, yeah, Vietnam War, dude. I remember even as a young person, because my dad's he flew for World Airways, and they flew GIs over to Thailand and Vietnam. We used to go with them. I remember landing in an air base called Utapao Air Base, which is in Thailand, and I was 13. I walked out of the aircraft, and as far as your eye could see were B-52 bombers being loaded with bombs. I remember at 13 going, "Oh man, this is not cool." Yeah, and we were evacuated from Beirut, Lebanon during the War of '67 when Israel attacked, and we actually left all of our stuff there. My dad had actually gone to the States to learn how to fly new aircraft, so it was my mom, sister, brother, and I. We went to the American Embassy overnight, guys with guns and sandbags. My mom had no money, so she got a loan of $300.
Oh my!
We went to the Beirut airport in a bus with guys with machine guns. Stayed there for a week trying to get out of there, and then we flew to Istanbul, and then we flew to the States. My mom had $300.
Oh my god!
3 kids.
Sounds scary, but it was probably exciting too. I don't know.
No, it was pretty scary. It was pretty bad.
Traumatic kind of.
Yeah, I had to leave a bunch of stuff there. Like I had my favorite sword and stuff like that. My mom's like, "You got to leave your stuff." He was like, "Ah, man," but she just wanted us to get out of there. So,
did you ever fly in planes with your dad too?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, well. Interesting story. My dad's like, "Hey, your dad brings the kids to work kind of day." Yeah. So he's like, "Hey, you come with me, and I'm flying to Thailand. So you come with me. You'll stay with me in the hotel, and we'll fly back, and everything will be cool. Then your sister will get a turn, and your brother will." And so I was like, I think I was like 13 at the time. So we fly to Thailand. We're hanging out. My dad and I, we stay at this place called Pattaya Beach, which is outside of Bangkok. And so we did this day, we went sailing. Of course, we tipped the boat over, and I'm crying like, ah. He goes, "Don't worry about it. We'll just stand on the centerboard. We'll ride it." So we did that. Flying back home. So my dad's flying. We land in Taiwan, and my dad's kind of a jokester. So he came out of the cockpit. He goes, "Hey, listen, Matt, I don't know how to tell you this, but there's no room on the airplane. You got to get off." And I laughed. I go, "That's really funny." He goes, "No, I'm serious." He had to stay on the airplane because he was working, so I had to get off on Taiwan. I was 13. I got in the bus with the crew and went to this hotel, and I guess one of the crew guys paid for the hotel for me. I remember to this day, I took my socks off and hung them on the air conditioner so they could dry and be fresh in the morning.
What?
And I think I got room service, and I didn't go exploring. I didn't have any money, and I'm a kid.
Oh my god!
And then so the next day, I got in a crew bus, got into the airport, and flew back home. And after that, my sister was supposed to have a turn, and my mom's like, "Yeah, you're not taking, 11-year-old daughter, and she's going to be left in some country, so no."
That's crazy, man.
It was really crazy because I was crying like, "What do you mean I've got to get off the airplane?"
You're 13?
Yeah.
In a random hotel?
In a random hotel in Taiwan. Dude. Yeah, with nobody I knew, no money, no nothing.
That's a crazy long flight too back, isn't it?
It wasn't that bad because coming from Thailand to Taiwan, then to Japan, it was probably like a hour and a half, 2-hour flight. It wasn't that big of a deal, but again, I'm by myself, so.
That is crazy, dude.
Yeah, it was totally crazy.
So were your parents listening to music and stuff around you growing up and stuff like that? Like,
yeah, but my dad
exposure to music.
Yeah, my dad did, but he was listening to more like kind of old school stuff, because he was not a fan of rock and roll. In fact, anytime they had the distorted guitar, he called it acid rock. He's like, turn that acid rock off.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I was like playing. I was a big fan of Led Zeppelin at the time. I had this little Reader's Digest used cassette player that I used to play my Zeppelin on. He's like, so I'd like put in like little earplugs and listen to it, and so yeah, I'm listening to that stuff. But he just, anything that was guitar based, he was just not feeling it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you built your first pair of speakers. You started getting into like what made you want to like not really play the music but actually produce it and
good question.
It?
Well, I was in a bunch of bands. That was really, really fun.
Yeah.
The thing that kind of started it, I was going to school to be an English teacher, and but I was also recording.
That's right.
I was recording a lot, and I had a studio in my parents' garage, and I had a couple of friends. My friend Steve Tolan and I were like in a band, and we were playing stuff, and I was in other bands. But I think I was like losing my hair like early on, like when I was like 20, 21 years old. And I was like, losing your hair and being on stage, probably not going to work. Because at that time, like bald guys weren't really happening, like intentional bald guys who shaved their head. And I was like, yeah, that's probably not going to work. So I'm just going to get on the other side of the glass and start producing and engineering.
Wow,
but that really,
man.
because I would have toured. I would have been in a band. I would have toured and see what happened.
So it really had to do with your hair.
Yeah. Because I just realized, because you look at all the covers and all the guys have hair, and everyone
back then, I guess, yeah.
everyone had hair, and everybody looked really cool. And I was like, yeah, bald guy, not going to happen.
Unless you're Phil Collins.
But Phil Collins started with hair,
yeah,
and he went bald later, so he was already established. Plus, he was in prog rock, and that was kind of cool. And then he lost his hair.
It's a good point.
Yeah, because he was in Genesis, And
I think he was bald for the whole career. But
no. He had long hair, and like all the cool people had long kind of hair, and then it kind of thins out, and then you kind of. But I lost my hair super early, like 2021 is like, oh yeah, my hair is like. I remember sitting next to my friend Steve at the barbershop, and he's got nice hair. He still does. He's getting his hair cut, and I look like I had leukemia or something. And all my hair was just like, it was, but I had no hair. I was like, man, that sucks, man. To start losing hair so young.
Did it fuck with you? Is it like when you were young?
Yeah. Of course it did. Of course it did. Because
me out too.
I wanted to be cool and like have the ladies like me, and I was like, oh man, I got any hair in my head? That sucks.
Damn. One thing I did notice in that Yacht Rock doc is like Michael McDonald and Kenny Loggins and Christopher Cross. He had a hat on, but Michael had perfect hair.
Oh yeah, Michael McDonald, he's still got
his hair is insane. Yeah. Like, these guys are
not Christopher Cross. He was losing his hair even when he was getting.
And Kenny Loggins might have had some put in there. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
I always had some weird thing with hair because I've had a receding hairline my whole life. I always had some weird hair envy.
But you still have hair though.
No, I do.
Yeah. And receding hair is cool. Like receding hair is cool, but no hair is like, unless like later day, like probably 2000s on where people could shave it and then you're cool.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, it was like, no, that wasn't the thing. I think then it was like, then it starts to get a little more Nazi when it's a little young. It's a little, so I didn't do that.
A lot of people going to Turkey now too. Getting those crazy transplants now.
Oh yeah, I guess you
all
can
the
do
rage,
it.
dude.
I guess you can do it.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm not.
I just tattoo. I'll show you after, but I tattooed up here.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Tattoo hairline.
Sure, why not?
It's great.
Plus, you already have a lady. Once you have a lady and life
I
is
know,
good,
man.
Who cares?
I know.
But
that's crazy that was like part of your decision not to play music because you're like, wow, man.
And I didn't really
thought about that.
Yeah, I've never really told anyone about that, but that was definitely a big. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be behind the glass. That's going to be what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to help support artists and because I have that can live kind of vicariously through what they're doing.
Totally.
I know how to play music, so I love it, and I want to be there for the bands and the artists. So it was cool. It worked out.
How were you in like school when you got to America, like high school? How were you as a kid out there? Were you like an outgoing kid? Were you playing sports? Were you just like kind of nerdy, listening to music? I
was never a sports guy, but when I moved back to the States, it was a really cliquey high school because everybody went to the same elementary school together. Everyone went to the same middle school together.
And you didn't.
And I didn't. So I was definitely the new kid in town, and I joined and I was never really, I was not that outgoing in Japan. I was like regular. When I came to the States, I just was like, I want to join every single club. I joined the chess club. I joined every single club I could join and put in ads for bands. I mean, I just did everything I could to make friends because it was hard to kind of penetrate that thing where everyone knew each other.
Yeah.
And I broke through, and then I made friends. But I had to really kind of amp up something that wasn't my natural personality.
Yeah.
But I knew if I wanted to succeed, I was like, I got to just turn this stuff on.
Just get out there, be outgoing.
And at the time, so we moved from Japan. We moved to the United States, 75. I was 15. My dad and mom bought a 2-bedroom condo. So there's my dad and mom in a bedroom, my sister, brother, and me in one bedroom during my junior year in high school. And there was a bunk bed and a sleeping bag.
That's
and we
rough.
Dude, rough for my poor sister who was like 13. That was
going through her thing.
Oh,
becoming,
my God,
you too, though.
All of it was so bad. So
privacy and stuff, everything, dude.
And we can only do homework at the like eating area table. So all of us were doing homework. There's no privacy. It was like living in a boat or something.
Especially becoming a teenager and all that's crazy.
Dude, and all my friends had houses, so they'd come to my apartment and I'd be like, oh yeah, just wait outside. I'll be out in a minute, because it's like, and all of our furniture was jammed into this condo. Like it was like you couldn't walk anywhere because there was just furniture everywhere. And it was pretty.
But you owned it. They owned it. That's good.
Yeah, they owned it, so that was cool.
But then there's no room.
Yeah, then senior year in high school, they bought like a regular house. I had my own bedroom. That was cool. But man, that junior year was bad. And that was the year I read Helter Skelter. Dude, I was so afraid every night. I'm in a condo with everyone right there, and I was scared to death every night I read that thing. It's like, oh my God, what if they come in and try to kill me? It was so scary.
So you can't go on dates or bring a girl home, nothing like that.
No, hell no. Not that I was dating anyone anyway, but I mean, I did, but I had to go to like the girlfriend's house, and nerdy friend Craig drove me there, and because I didn't have a car, and so.
Would you get good grades in school too? Like you're pretty focused on school?
Yeah, pretty much. I was like a B- student. Terrible. I was terrible in language. I took French 1 and 2 twice, and I still got C's and D's.
Were your parents strict about stuff like that or no?
No, I don't think they paid a whole lot of attention to it, to be honest. I think they just kind of like, I was just.
Were you a good kid? Like were you partying and stuff and getting in trouble?
I never got into drinking ever. It was really never my thing. And pot, I smoked like maybe 8 times in the last half of my senior year. I used to be the only one sober at parties all the time.
Wow.
I was always sober. I was like, I just feel better just being sober.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, dude, oh my God, I did all kinds of crazy stuff. We had a 7-story tall water tower with a ladder, and we used to climb that thing and just like hang out with our hands, with our legs hanging, like, hey, look at me, go to the top.
Like in the movies.
The top was like as big as this area with no guardrails. We'd be there kind of shoving each other. And then we decided that climbing down the ladder was too easy. So we climbed down the stanchions, the X parts.
Yeah.
We climbed at that. My friend Keeman and I found a bulldozer that we fired up. We drove this thing. It was huge. And we were like moving these junk cars around.
You're moving cars around?
Oh my God, dude. And we came back the next weekend to play with it, and it was all chained up.
Oh, they knew it. Yeah.
And then my parents went out of town for some like vacation thing, and their friend Soren left his little car there. I drove that car all over the place. I was like 14 years old, driving, no license.
No way.
I drove, oh my God, it was so much fun. And rode motorcycles. Oh my God, I was riding motorcycles like crazy since I was 13.
Wow.
Crazy. Loved getting doing
That's
those
what kids just do though back then.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, like I say, just always kind of sober at parties, just not really alcohol's never worked for me. And it should. I wish I could. I wish I could drink and get all loopy, but I never go to like the fun, wear a lampshade thing. I go from like sober to like feeling like I have to lay down and I don't feel very good.
Yeah.
No fun stuff. But I smoke weed a little bit here and there back in the old days, but nowadays, nah.
Yeah. So then when you graduated from high school, you knew exactly what you wanted to do at that point?
Well, I went to college,
Berkeley,
and I was going to college, and I went to Berkeley to be a teacher, and I was a student teacher.
Yep.
And but I had my parents let me have the garage for a couple of years, and I built out an 8-track studio, and I was recording so many bands there, and
just local bands and friends and stuff.
Local bands and friends, all my friends once they knew. But the one band I worked with was a band called Sharp Young Men.
Yep.
That became Faith No Man. That became Faith No More. And I recorded the rhythm section of my parents' garage before they became Faith No More with a whole new lineup.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was recording lots of cool bands. And then I built a studio out in Oakland, across from the Fruitvale BART station.
Yeah.
And oh my God,
your parents gave you money for the 8-track studio, right?
Yeah, they gave me, but I paid them back though, because I borrowed $10,000. Yeah, I borrowed $10,000. I paid it all back.
Wow.
And I got into debt. I got a credit card, which I still have from Wells Fargo. I got in '78. When I was 18, they had this thing: if you're going to college, you can get a credit card. And I had like a limit of like $250 or $300. I put like $2,500 on it. This is before they could stop you, and that's where I bought all my gear. I bought all my recording gear, installation. I paid for all the construction. I built everything myself. And then I got out of college like, well, I could be a starving teacher, or I can be a starving record producer, engineer guy, which I was already doing. And I moved a studio to Oakland. I was recording so many cool bands there, and a lot of cool punk bands there. What's this? Tim Armstrong's first band? What was it called?
Operation Ivy?
Op Ivy recorded at my studio with my friend Kevin.
What?
Yeah, Kevin Army, who was my buddy
Holy
there.
Shit.
He recorded Op Ivy. He recorded a bunch of the stuff that was on Lawrence Livermore.
Probably like the legendary songs that are this.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he did some serious early stuff that was done at my cool little studio, little 8-track studio. Op Ivy. Op Ivy was recorded at my studio.
They played a couple of songs recently. There's rumors it might be coming back too, actually.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Dude, and there's other bands, I can't remember, but the Op Ivy was the one that's like, oh my God, Tim Armstrong was at the studio. They were doing all that stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool studio. A lot of people went out there and did a bunch of recording.
The Fruitville station, right? There's a movie about that
Fruit,
too.
Yes, because they shot that guy, man.
Yeah,
Just
man. When I saw
horrible.
that name, I was like, oh my God, that's the same thing from that movie I saw.
Yeah, and it used to be really sketchy. Now it's all these big box, Best Buy and stuff like that now. But back then it was sketch.
It was, right?
Oh my God, yeah. I used to, like, when I leave my studio at night to get in my car, I was always like kind of looking around, because it was just a bad, it was not a developed area, and that's where I had cheap rent, so that's why I did it.
Was Dangerous Rhythm the name of that studio?
Yeah, Dangerous Rhythm.
It's a hard name. I like that name,
dude. Yeah, that's from an Ultravox song called Dangerous Rhythm.
Ultravox,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So Dangerous Rhythm. Yeah, it's dude, it was a cool place, man. So many cool bands in and out of there. Just super, super inspiring working with young people. And looking back, I've told people this. I said, look, I really appreciate that you trusted me with your music, because I was a young budding producer, engineer, mixer dude, and you trusted me, and I learned a lot. And so we all kind of grew up together, which is why I was really happy when Faith No More made it, because we grew up together. We were all learning together, and to have success with somebody that, because I like when we did their first indie record, we all slept in the same room, all 6 of us in this like little room that we slept in, and we made this record in 6 days, including mixing.
Crazy, man.
Then their second record on Slash, we like me, the guitar player, and the drummer stayed in the same hotel room. I mean, so I kind of like brothers. Like
that's incredible.
Yeah. So it's nice to have success like that.
Yeah, and that's before YouTube. It was just word of mouth about your work, and people wanted to work with you.
Yeah. So
it was about you and your talent, not like just
Yeah, and I remember the day I just decided to make like a little card saying I'm an engineer producer, and I didn't really know what a producer was, to be honest, and I didn't even know you could make a living at it. I just was doing it because I loved it. So I made these cards, so people started thinking of me as being an engineer producer, and they started hiring me. And so,
did you do Possessed or Death Angel?
Yes, dude.
You did Possessed demo or something?
Yes, I did Possessed. I remember they were
That's hard,
dude. Possessed were so cool because they were like really sweet. That I'd meet them, because we're recording this place called Starlight Sound, and we're out there and we're talking, and he's like super sweet, like, how's it going? And then he starts like this voice, like, what the hell? And,
way back then,
dude. Death Angel, their drummer was 9 years old when their aunt and uncle pulled up in a Mercedes, and these kids just come spilling out of this car with a drum kit and everything, and they go in there, and we spent like the whole day recording the early Death Angel stuff, and you can find the stuff. And I think, in retrospect, I thought I was just being a record producer engineer, but I think I was more of a babysitter because there are all these young kids.
I realized I was so young. Wow,
dude. He was 9 years old, and Rob Cavastani is the only guy still in the band.
Yeah,
but yeah, and I just did this recording. I did some crazy.
That's crazy,
way
dude.
Back when. Yeah, that was in my parents' suburban garage. Possessed, and also Faith No More when they were called Faith No Man in my parents' garage.
Also, so you did something with Primus. You're getting paid like $12 an hour or something.
Dude, the first Primus recording of Tommy the Cat I did.
Are they from up there?
Yeah, the Bay Area. And so they got this money, and Les hit me up. He goes, hey, you want to do this recording? So we went to this place called, what was it called? It's not The Plant. It's when I did the Faith No More stuff. I just forgot it. Anyway, went to the studio in Sausalito, and they go, we got this day. We're going to record 3 songs and mix them. I'm like, oh, man, okay, we can do that. I got super, super, super sick right before I showed up, and I had like a really bad flu. And if I had the $1,000, I would just hand it and say, listen, let's just do it another day because I don't feel good. I was super sick, but we recorded 3 songs, including overdubs and mixing. I started mixing it at probably midnight or 1, and mixed into the early morning, and I was just sick as a dog. But the first version of Tommy the Cat and 2 of the songs, I did those, man.
Wow,
yeah,
man.
It was crazy. It was Studio D in Sausalito. That's where I did Faith No More stuff, and that's where I did Primus.
How do you know how to charge people when you're first starting out, and what you're worth and your time is worth because you're new to it? As you get rates from people, it depends on the label or the budgets and stuff. When you're first starting out.
When I first started out, I remember seeing other people doing 8-track recording.
Oh yeah.
And so I made these flyers up. I still have copies of them. It's like 8-track recording, $12 an hour. That included me and the studio. $12 an hour.
What is it now for people usually?
Oh, to hire me?
Or in general, you have to tell your price.
I have no idea.
In general.
I mean,
it's a lot per hour. It's not.
Yeah, I don't do per hour. It's usually just by the.
How about a standard price of people?
I mean, if I'm mixing stuff, it's like $1,500 a song. Especially if I was doing Atmos, the stuff, surround stuff. But I'll do it for cheaper for people, like $750 for a mix.
Yeah.
There was a time when I was getting like $3,500 a mix at the height, like when Faith No More anything. It was insane. It was. I always thought that was kind of
real thing days.
Yeah. I always thought that, and I remember telling my manager, like, this doesn't feel right to get this kind of money. It just didn't feel right. Like the bands are starving. I'd be like, I don't really. And he goes, listen, this is the going rate, and this is what other people are charging. So at the height of it, that's what it was. But then like I did. I was offered to work with Days of the New. I was going to get $50,000 to produce it, and then this band called Maroon offered me $25,000 to produce and mix their record, which was a huge drop in pay.
But it's a game changer, though.
But it was a game changer. I was like, I'm going to bet on this band. Like, I think, and
that was after H2O, wasn't it?
I think
it was. It was. Because I think you almost talked about retiring after us, or you I don't know what was going on, but all of a sudden, the story I heard is that the Maroon 5 comes into your life, and it just
could be. What year did we do H2O?
2001.
That was the same year.
Yeah, it was the same
wait
year.
a second. When in
2002, This Love came out.
But we did that at the end of 2001. I think I worked with you guys beforehand.
Yeah, because we came out in 2001, correct?
Yeah. So I think I worked with you, and I think it was like the next project was probably Maroon.
It was This Love, dude.
But who knew? Because I was an unknown band, unknown label that had never put out a record, unknown manager, unknown everything. Bro. And I was like, God, this music is really good. If nobody blows it, it's gonna be huge.
I think it was like multi.
Dude, it's $20 million records sold.
Oh, you got some plaques.
I guess
I was just trying to show you my first plaque. Just not even sorry, my band.
Yeah, the last plaque I have is from 2008. It's 10 million. That's 2008.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway,
Would that be like one of the biggest records?
Yeah, that's the biggest record I've ever worked on. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And
But Faith No More is big too.
Not that big. And Maroon 5 has like a couple songs that are like 1.5 billion listens or streams or whatever it's called.
She Will Be Loved.
She Will Be Loved.
Hard to Breathe.
Yeah, and also This Love. Yeah, She Will Be Loved. I think is the big one. Then This Love.
She Will Be Loved. Oh my god,
dude. I know.
What a craze. I remember it's dude.
But that was the same room though. That Studio B in Rumbo is where I worked with you guys. I think it was literally Maroon was like the project after you guys. I think it was like immediately after that. Yeah.
That was crazy because Guns N' Roses were next door doing Chinese Democracy.
Dude, they were there for 3 years.
And somebody over the intercom, they were saying like they'll make an announcement. And he was pulling up because everybody got all weird when he pulled up. And
you know what's weird is that he had a birthday and his brother showed up. I'm not sure if I was working with you or Maroon at the time.
Oh, he was still there. We did Maroon.
Oh no, he was there for 3 years. I did so many records in and out of there, but so his brother shows up with a bunch of friends and like, hey, what's happening? Oh, it's Axl's birthday. Okay, everyone, at a certain time we're gonna just stay out of the hallway. But sure, fine. So that they're 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight. He never shows up. 1 o'clock, everyone finally leaves. 3 o'clock, he shows up with his housekeeper, and then
for his birthday,
and no one's there. Yeah,
his birthday is over by then.
And so yeah, everyone left.
Wow.
It was crazy.
I have such a great story. I don't know if I told on the podcast that Tim Armstrong came and hung out with us during the making of the record. Axl was in there watching football with his braids and his high docks and his sweats. I was like, it was very surreal. It looked like a wax figure.
Yep.
And me and Tim's like, yo, let's go see what's up with this dude. We're like all hyped up and stuff. We both just walk past him, go in the separate bathrooms. I'm looking in the mirror, like talking to him, like, I'm going to go out and say something. We both come out of the bathroom, look at each other, we keep going. None of us said nothing to us. This is a very surreal moment just seeing him there in all of his glory. It's just like.
I think he spent. It's either $10 or $13 million making that record. He could have.
It came out, right? It came out.
It came out, but it didn't do anything. He overthought it. He spent too much time. He should have just put out a record. Okay, it would have been great, but do another one.
Was that the one after Use Your Illusion? Maybe.
Yes. But he spent a lot of time on it. He spent like 3 years there, but he spent years and years at all these other studios. He just was too.
Was there some big songs off it or anything?
No. He was too wigged out. He was too afraid.
Man.
He was too afraid. He should just dove in. Just make a crappy record and keep moving.
I remember sneaking into his vocal booth and checking out like all the flowers and the candles in there and stuff.
And if you remember, but his producer, Roy Thomas Baker, had a room in the lounge with a little mixer, and he had microphones in all the different rooms so he could listen to what people were working on, and then he could say what he wanted. And then Roy Thomas Baker ordered food, and I guess the runner didn't have the right number of forks and spoons around, and he threw this huge fit, like, don't you know I'm supposed to have these salad forks and this and that. It's like, oh, dude, come on. He's a runner. He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
I remember he used to roll up in like this kind of just pickup truck, like a basic kind of Range Rover kind of thing. It wasn't fancy.
Oh, Axl or
so it had some weird funny bumper sticker on. It was just him and he would be it was so wild.
It was a weird time. But I did Sugar Cult there.
Oh, Sugar Cult, yeah.
Dude, Sugar Cult rocked,
dude,
man.
That's right. Is that after us? Yeah.
I think it was right around that same time. I just did like a bunch of bands there. Like all the fun stuff was that era for me.
Was Hoobastank before us?
Oh no, Hoobastank was way later. I worked with them after they were already kind of successful, and probably helped ruin their career or something.
No, like that. and Poe and Babes in Toyland.
I didn't work with Babes in Toyland, but I worked with Poe.
According to the interwebs, you did.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, tell him.
Burning Spear.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. That's just I was part of the mastering. I didn't do any.
Something with Maynard.
No, I wish, but I'm friends with Josh Fries, who played with Maynard.
Well, it says in your world. It says in your credits.
Really? Okay. Well, yeah. Some of that stuff I have to weed through. It's not all. It's not
Train.
Yes, I did their first. Dude, Train. I did their. I was working on their first record. They'd already done most of it. And I produced 3 songs for them, and I think one made the record. I mixed their singles, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But man, I learned a really important lesson about stuff because I'm working with Train, and they're on tour.
Pretty big band, I think.
Yeah. And so their A&R guy came up to me. He goes like, "Hey, this song needs acoustic guitar." I go, "Yeah, well, I mean the band's on tour, so what?" He goes, "Well, you play acoustic guitar." I go, I mean, yeah, I do. I mean, is it okay? He goes, "Yeah, go ahead and do it." So I throw it on there, and then like a week later, I get a call from the band on the road from payphone. "What the hell are you doing?" I go, "What are you talking about?" They go, "Well, you put acoustic guitar on our song." I go, "Oh, yeah, but I mean, Tim said for me to do it." And he goes, "No, he said you wanted to do it." I go, "Oh." A&R guy threw me under the bus. But then I was working with Train on that same thing. I had my own studio there in the Oshawa building. I'm working with them, and I just had my daughter. I was like super tired. I woke up at 6 a.m. I'm going to work with Train all day. Not a problem. I can get to bed at 10 or so. I'll be fine. I'm there working. My manager's like, hey, do you want to work with REM? I'm like, yeah, it'd be great. He goes, I go, when? He goes, how about tonight at 10 o'clock? I'm like, what?
Dude.
So I was like, oh my goodness, okay, sure, I'll do it. So I worked with Train. I told Train, hey, listen, I'm really sorry. This is a great opportunity. I'm going to go. They were kind of upset I was leaving, but like, look, it's the end of the day.
It's REM, dude.
And so I go there, and so from 10 o'clock till 10 a.m. the next morning, I recorded all the guitars, all the background vocals, everything, and started mixing it at 4 in the morning. 10 o'clock in the morning, we turn it in, it goes into the Batman soundtrack.
Holy crap.
And I still to this day can't listen because I'm sure it sounds really terrible because I think they were doing blow. That's why they were able to stay awake. But I had like a 4-pack of iced tea. I was just trying to stay awake.
That's your thing, iced tea.
And I remember going into the bathroom there, which has fluorescent light. I looked at myself. I looked like a ghost. I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I just want to go home.
Was it just one song for them?
Yeah, one song. But I'd worked all day. I'd got up at 6, worked
That's
all day with
crazy,
Train,
dude.
then worked from 10 until 10 a.m. the next morning. I was just beat. Then I went home and had a nap, and then went back to the studio with Train.
It was on a Batman soundtrack. Which Batman?
Yeah.
You remember?
I don't know. It's whatever one has the REM song.
What is?
I don't know.
What is OAR?
I think it's called. I think it's Revolution is what is their song. OAR is of a Revolution, which is a really cool band.
Okay.
That were a total jam band that started on their own, and they built a tremendous following working on their own. And because when I worked with them, they had all these road cases. It was like 2, 3, 5, 2, 7, 2. I go, you guys don't have like 280 road cases. He goes, oh yeah, we got 280 road cases. We have our own stage, our own lights. This is like a jam, but I never even heard them before.
Such a different world, man.
Dude, they were so together, and then they had this song called Shattered that did really, really well. They ended up playing at Madison Square Garden.
Dude.
I mean, it was like really cool. So that was super.
That's a whole like subculture in itself, the jam bands. It's still happening now. It's crazy.
Dude, jam bands. You can make dough and just keep making a living. Government Mule. There's so many bands that just do the jam band thing. Even Dave Matthews is kind of that way, but there's a bunch of other ones that just jam. What's the one with Trey Anastasio in it? Fish.
Oh yeah, Fish. Huge, man.
Yeah, so
they're like arenas. They're selling at massive places.
Dude, H2O should become a jam band. You can play that till you're in your 80s. Come on, man, be cool.
Nobody recognizes them in public, probably, so the normal
not.
lives and shit.
Dude, you could just be all incognito.
It's really smart.
Go into the bank. You should do it, man. I'm telling you.
What about Joe Satriani? You worked with him? Is that real?
No, I never have.
That's bullshit, man.
Yeah. It is bullshit. But I did work at Steve Vai's studio one time.
Oh, that's cool.
That's good. But no Joe Satriani.
But replacements.
Yes. Oof. That was a hard record to make, dude. That's the only.
That was in 89, 90?
That was 88. I moved to LA in 88.
Came out in 89. Don't tell a soul.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the only record, looking back, I'm not sure if I would do it again because they threatened to beat me up. And
What?
Oh my God, it was a really rough record to make. It was just super, super rough. They were
Was that a big record? Because they had the LBU song on there?
Yeah, that was their biggest record.
Wow.
But I wasn't able to mix it. They had Crystal Algae mix it, but I really wanted to mix it. But they're like, oh, we're going to have this guy do it. But what happens is like 2 weeks later after I finished that, I did Faith No More's The Real Thing. So I could have done it. But that record though, the replacements, like, they were drinking and they would break shit and, threaten to beat me up. And it was
Wow.
It was rough. I was going to quit every day for the first 2 weeks. But I told my girlfriend at the time, I go, after 2 weeks, I go, I'm going to make this record. If they all die, I'm making this record. And then I was fine. Then I went out to Paisley Park with them to finish because that's Prince's studio.
No way. I know. Is Prince there?
Dude, so I'm there working and I'm super hungry. The band's already gone home at night. It's like 8 o'clock. I'm super hungry. I knew that.
Because he has like food in there and cooks and shit.
Dude, he has a chef. So all this food is in the fridge. And I go, and I was like, oh, where's Prince? Oh, he's on tour. Oh, great. So he's on tour, right? So I go to the fridge, open it up. I get this plate. I'm piling all this stuff in. Like, this is great. It's like click, click, click behind me. Like, oh no. It's like, it's Prince with his high-heeled sneakers or whatever he was wearing. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's Prince behind me. So I kind of covered the plate.
No fucking way.
covered the plate and I close the fridge. I walk around the corner. He opens it. He goes, damn, you pay $7 million for a studio. There's no fucking food in it. I was like, oh no, I didn't know he was going to be coming home tonight.
You never even kept walking, didn't even look at him?
I just looked. I walked around the corner. I was
my God, dude. Hear him in his high heel shoes.
I could hear him behind me.
I would have been so nervous,
dude,
man.
I go, please tell him it's not Prince behind me. It was Prince.
He's such a beast. What an incredible
dude.
Oh my God,
There's
guitar
nobody.
play, everything, dude.
Oh my God, there's nobody like him. Did you see that thing where he does While My Guitar Gently Weeps, he plays a solo?
Where's that at?
It's something where
Maybe.
Tom Petty, all these people play.
Oh, yeah.
And he plays a
comes out.
blazing solo.
Yes, I saw that.
Watch the whole thing.
Okay.
And watch what happens at the end. He plays his solo. He throws his guitar in the air. It never comes down.
Where's it go?
But he's like, look at the audience and just throws up like
He's
this.
magical, bro.
Well, somebody obviously caught it.
That's
But
so
he doesn't
sick.
even look. He's like, he's like squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. He plays it. Everyone stops. Everyone plays. He just takes it off. He just throws it in the air and he walks away. And
Floats away.
He floats away. And the guitar never comes down.
Damn.
Dude,
he's
that's
such amazing.
Dude, oh my God, he's a monster.
That was really hard when he passed. I was like in shock when he passed.
Dude,
I don't know, man.
There's
He
like,
seems like it was invincible and magical and not even like human, you know?
Dude, there's like, he's like in the top 3 of like someone who can write, record, produce, sing, play guitar.
Dance, everything, dude.
Everything. Oh my God. And
Style.
dancing in high heeled things and killing it and doing the splits and jumping off things.
Know,
Seriously, there's nobody that's near that level of just incredible talent. Incredible.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, a girlfriend of mine back in the day was doing wardrobe for his tour. So they came through town. I was talking to her. I go, how's it like working with Prince? She goes, well, so we do the big show. I do all the stuff. We do the show. After the show, everyone wraps up. Then we go to a club, and then he plays for another 2 or so hours.
Yeah, I heard this too.
Then they come back to sound check for the next day, and Prince has a list of everything because he had videotaped everything. He goes, okay, yeah, listen, what you're wearing yesterday wasn't cool, so you got to change this and that. Listen, you made some mistakes on this bridge here, so you got to change those. And it's like, oh my God, that guy hears everything.
He does.
Dude, serious talent.
He was on Jimmy Kimmel. We got to go because my friend worked there, and we were on stage, and he was right in front of me, and my wife wanted to grab his butt so bad. His butt was in hand distance. It was always secure. I said,
she should have done it. She should have done it.
I know. And then my friend told me that after the performance, he stayed and watched all the footage of his performance at Kimmel at the place all night long, like going through it, dude.
Yeah. She should have grabbed his butt. That would have been such a great story.
She would get smacked. We could have dragged out of there off the stage or something.
Dude, how cool. He probably would have liked it. He'd be like, hey, what's happening?
So I guess he was like a perfectionist, I guess, huh? In a way.
Yeah, dude. That talent.
So talented. I would never get sick of Purple Rain movie, man. Every time I watch it, just always
insane.
Makes me emotional, man.
You know that song Purple Rain?
Yeah.
2/3 of it is a live show recording. It's live. It's
really?
live. Purple Rain's live, and then they just end up, something happened where I don't know if they ran out of tape or the song got extended. They came back and tacked on the ending part of it, but that thing is a live performance.
That's crazy.
It's insane,
man.
dude. That's insane. Who does that?
I can't believe he took his food, man. I can't believe he was right behind you with his little...
I had no idea because when I started, I didn't hear any sound. But the cool thing is that the assistant had told us that he had like a little closet. Actually, it was
I'm
like
sure he had cameras in there too, though.
Dude, there was a room about this size of your kitchen that was all snacks, just racks and racks and shelves and racks of every kind of candy you can imagine. So we were telling the assistant, we're really hungry. So they replaced us. I go in there. He's like, go ahead and just grab stuff. So we grab all this stuff. We're eating this candy and snacks. That was cool. But then when I took his food, oof.
Oh my God. That's a great story, man.
And this is how bad the replacements were. Prince had 2 rooms. His main room was an SSL room, and the room we went into, the B room, was an API recording console. They had.
What does that mean for listeners?
API is automated processes incorporated. There's 2 major consoles that people use making records back in the 70s and 80s. It was mainly Neve, and then there was API. That was the American.
Okay.
That was the American version of Neve-ish.
Okay.
So anyway, we're in there, and this console they had just rebuilt. It was probably like a 30 or 40-year-old console at the time. They went through and redid everything. It was basically like a brand new 40-year-old console.
Okay.
We walk in there. Paul Westerberg had a tumbler of Jack Daniels and Coke and it spilled it across 16 channels of faders. We were the first people to use it. The tech walks in and almost starts crying like, we just fixed this. It's just...
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, dude. There are so many stories like that are just like
bad.
bad.
You're my first producer on the podcast ever.
No way.
I've done like 360 episodes, man.
Well, it's finally you got to the producers because we're the cool people.
You are the cool people. You're the ones making it all sound good. So you were with Faith and More, both singers, huh? With Chuck, the original one, correct?
Yes.
I loved him. I loved him too, man.
Dude, I was helping him make his new recordings when he died.
Wow.
Yeah,
man.
so I got in touch.
We Care a Lot was 85, right?
Yeah, dude. I was listening. You know when Run DMC did Walk This Way, and I was like, oh my God, they're the first guys to do rock and rap.
Yeah.
We Care a Lot was a year before.
It was?
Yes, and I didn't realize it until somebody pointed it out. And I went and looked at it. I was like, oh my God, we put that out before Walk This Way. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, who knew? But
that's
Chuck,
interesting.
So I say, yeah, with Faith No More, we did that whole record in 6 days. We did all recording, all overdubbing, and all mixing in 6 days.
That's crazy. It's a great album, though, man.
Dude, I think so too, man. It sounds amazing for that little bit of money and that. I mean,
he was going to sing for the Bad Brains at one point too.
He did, yeah. I think he sang for a very short amount of time. But so he was in the band, then he got kicked out or whatever, and then he did his own thing. And then I got a hold of him like, I don't know how many years ago. This is like probably 6-7 years ago. And I'm like, hey, he was coming through town. I go, listen, I'm just going to give you a few days of free time. I just want to help you do some stuff, And I thought we'd do like 2 songs, like record it, overdub it, mix it, and be done. Like, okay, look, 2.5, 3 days. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So we get there, and what does Chuck do? We record 2 songs, then we record another like 6 songs. And I'm like, dude, we're not gonna have time to finish this stuff. I can't finish, And every time, and I recorded his vocals, and every time he would sing this song, he would sing different lyrics. So I'm like, I'm not sure how I can comp these things together for you because you're singing different lyrics. So we got to talk about it. So he goes home. He has a guy come out, and we add some drums to it because it was just congas at first. And he goes home, and so I still have it on my phone. I have the last message from him. Right?
Wow,
dude.
man.
I'm talking to him. I go, okay, you're gonna come out in a couple weeks. We're gonna finish your record. That sounds good. Died, overdose.
Damn, man. You were young too, man, huh?
Well, I mean,
30s, maybe?
No, this happened just recently.
Okay.
He was probably 52.
Okay.
Dude, the last text, I still have his voicemail.
Oh my God, it's
Dude,
probably so eerie to listen to. Yeah,
dude,
man.
I still have Chuck's voicemail. I can tell you what the date is. It was really terrible, man. It was so terrible that he died. He was such a sweetheart. I talked to us.
Yeah,
so October 21st, 2017, and he died, I think, like 4 days later or something.
Wow, man.
I still have his things like, hey, Matt, we're going to do this and that, and boom. Yeah, he was kind of on again, off again, sober, and I talked to his wife, Pip, afterwards, and unfortunately,
sad, man.
It was fentanyl got into the heroin he was doing, and she came home from work. He was dead.
Damn, man.
And I've talked to his kids since then, and I think, oh man, oof, rough. He was a sweetheart, and I really, Chuck wasn't like the best singer, but I loved his lyrics and I loved his vibe. I really
killed. He looked cool. He was super.
Did
he come from other bands like punk rock and stuff?
Yeah, he was in a band called Haircuts That Kill. I think he knew Roddy from Faith No More or Bill from Faith No More, and so he was in different bands and stuff. But yeah, I think he did Bad Brains for like 6 months, I think.
So then did they do tryouts for like a new singer? Is that how that works?
We went looking for people. We had tapes sent to us, and then
you in the mix on that too, tracking down a singer and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was working up, but I think Jim Martin, the guitar player, found Patton before me because I found him like about a week or two later.
He's incredible, man.
Oh my God, dude! There is nobody that is built to sing more than that guy.
Live, he's like top man, everything, man.
I mean, he can sing R&B, he can sing screamo, everything.
I know.
And huge range.
I feel like he's underrated for some reason, and the genre of music and just his talent. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, I'll see him like do that hamburger Cookie Monster stuff and everything in between. See him after the show, like, how's your throat? Oh, fine.
Yeah, he's got to do warm-ups though, at least maybe.
I don't know if he does anything, but he's built to sing. That guy is super, super talented.
Great front man, great everything, man. They're still killing it too.
Well, they were until he bailed. They were supposed to go on tour like 4 years ago, and he bailed at the last minute. So,
but he has the other band too, the Scott Ian's.
Oh my God, he's in.
And that record was sick.
There's Tomahawk. There's Phantomas. There's.
But the other one, it's the other one that Scott Ian's in.
Not Anthrax. It's
not. No. This is a group that Scott.
Yeah.
They just toured. Put a record out too.
Yeah. So
what's the band?
But he always has got multiple things going. I mean, he's so talented, and to me, I don't know how he can generate that many amazing songs and lyrics and melodies.
Same.
Like all the time.
All the time. He has so much in him. I guess I don't know.
It's like here's a whole batch of. Anyway.
What's that band called though? Shit, we have to get it. It's Scott Ian. It's him. Maybe Charlie Benetti from Anthrax. I'm not sure. And they tour and they kill it, and it's like fast and hard and crazy, and they play the festival circuit. Fuck.
I don't know.
I'll have to look it up, man.
Yeah.
Can you look it up real quick?
So Patton, Scott Ian.
Yeah, look it up. Just Pat. So we get it right in the podcast.
Okay.
We're going to get in trouble if not.
Okay,
yeah. You should know that more than I should know it.
I just...
not Angel Dust. That's the name of the record. It's a great record, too. We'll get into that.
Let's see.
Patton's other band. It's a cool name. I keep thinking Infectious Grooves. So that's...
No.
That's Mike Mears.
Let's see. Band. Let me find out here. I'll be your secretary.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the band.
Let's see. Oh, it says no. They can't find it. I don't know.
Mike Patton, Scott Ian. We'll edit this. It's all good.
I'll find it out. Well, you can ask me more questions while I look this up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dave Lombardo, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Sure, whatever. It's just the name of the band. I don't know the name of the band.
Well, it says Mr. Bungle.
Mr. Bungle. It's Mr. Bungle. We never said Mr.
Well, yeah, because Mr. Bungle was his band before he was in Faith No More.
No, Mr. Bungle's, they just put a record out not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kill it still. That's a great band as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My son loves them for some reason.
Yeah.
So introduce yourself. That was a pretty decent record, big record too.
It wasn't big, but it was really good. It was super, super good.
What was the big single of that? Because We Care a Lot was a really big single, man.
Well, We Care a Lot, we did it initially on the independent label more damn records. And then we did, then Slash wanted to do it again. So we did a different version on Slash. And so that kind of kept going, but it really kind of lost the momentum because the first version, it had such college radio and was already a darling song. So then that next record, Introduce Yourself, didn't have any real breakthrough stuff, but it was a really good record though.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And then they had the real thing.
Real thing.
Dude, that was massive, dude.
And
that's like 2 years later, 89. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had no singer. Because I remember they came down here. We rehearsed together here in L.A. I remember we were in one of those crappy rehearsal places was it that Hollywood Billiards on Western? And we were in a room with like no windows, and it was just insulation and plastic garbage bags covering the insulation. So we're staying, and this is in summer, no air conditioning.
Wow.
And we're rehearsing, and you could just itch. You just stand there just itching like
making
crazy.
This incredible album, dude. Who knew?
Oh my God. So there was only the 4 guys. So a friend of mine shot photos of them when they had no singer. Then they finally had the record ready to go, and they got Patton on board, and he had to write all the lyrics and everything to the existing song because he'd be like, hey, can we make this section longer or shorter? They go, no, this is it. So he had to write everything. And in 2 weeks, he wrote all those melodies and all those lyrics.
And there was a bunch of songs. There's a bunch of singles off that, though.
Oh, yeah, that was so good.
But the real thing is like, wow. I think you also say you weren't happy with that mix or something.
Yeah, it was too high-endy, too much high-end, too much compression. So when I mastered it down here in L.A., I remember driving back home with my little dots and listening to like, oh, man, it just didn't sound good on my car stereo. And then I go, well, it'll sound good on my home stereo. I go home playing. I go, oh, man, it just sounds so bad. And so the next day I called my mom. I go, how do I get into real estate? Because I thought I had no idea what I was doing. I just thought the record sounded so bad.
Wow.
But then
it was too late to fix or do anything.
Too late to fix it. It was already. And so, but then when it on MTV and on radio, it sounded incredible. But it didn't. It was definitely too much high and definitely too much compression. But it worked.
Yeah. Are you a harsh critic of your stuff and you get super
pretty much
about it? Yeah.
Well, I don't get saying, but sometimes.
But back then, maybe
I just kind of go, I didn't do a good job. I'm not a harsh critic, but I go, I kind of messed that one up.
But they loved it.
They loved it. And look, and it sold. It did really well. It did everything it was supposed to do, but technically not a great sounding record. But people listen to it. I would talk to people who go, oh my God, we're using your Epic as a thing to listen to while we're doing our mix, and we're using it for comparison. I go, oh my God, you guys, it's like, it needs more low end. It needs less compression. But people really loved it. So
yeah, Epic. That song went so
Dude,
big,
it
man.
went huge. It was crazy.
It blew up pretty fast, that record, when it came out?
No, it didn't. Dude, that record came out. The label's like, hey, listen, we love the record, but there's no singles on it, so good luck. The band toured the States in a van, like 3 times, sleeping under the van, in the van. Then they went across back and forth to England. MTV said, if we are involved in editing that video, we will put it on MTV. And like, okay. So they helped them like make some suggestions on the video editing. And the MTV played it twice on 120 Minutes, which is the show at 10 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then it sat on a shelf for 6 months. But the band toured so much that eventually there was a groundswell where people were asking for it on radio. Then eventually MTV played it. But that band made that happen.
That's crazy.
100%. They
played it twice after asking.
Yeah, 2 times. It was on one Sunday and another Sunday. Though that's it. It's like, what happened? No, that's it. It's like, oh, you.
But then it just fucking went.
It went. I think
they're hard working touring. Yeah, just getting out there.
Oh my God, those guys
do it sometimes.
Those guys toured nonstop for 2 years. They just like. I remember when they got their. There's a photo of them when they got their first gold record or platinum record. They flew into LAX. A bunch of friends and people from LA. We drove to LAX, met them on the curb. They got their pictures and they hopped on a plane. They flew to like another country.
What?
Yeah, and I flew with them when they went to Chile and also Australia and New Zealand.
Oh, must have been crazy back then.
Dude, Chile, it was like they were the Beatles. They had to leave out of the back of the hotel. We couldn't go out the front because people were so freaked out about Faith No More. And they played at a place called Viña del Mar, and I did live sound for them. They did a video, yeah. Did
you tour with other bands that you produced?
No one else asked me. Oh. Those guys were like, hey, we got a spare ticket. We're going to Chile. You want to go? Sure.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, hey, we're going to go to Australia. You got a spare ticket? You want to go? Yeah, I'll go.
That's so cool. Was that your first time going to Australia?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we left at 10 o'clock Sunday night, got into New Zealand at 6 a.m. Tuesday morning.
That's how it is. And then you come back the same day when you go back. It's weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You can make a day up.
But we were just so bleary-eyed, just like, oh my God. But it was cool, though. They had a lot of fans.
Was that like your first real big record that you bought?
Yeah, that was the first real big record. Because right around that time, like replacements hadn't quite taken off, and they're making a bit of inroads, but they didn't sell like.
This is before Maroon 5 too.
Yeah, before Maroon 5. So they, Faith No More was. I think the replacements kind of got established a little more, even though I did Faith No More soon after. But once Faith No More hit, they were bigger than the replacements. They really just connected with so many people. Oh my God, people were like from Korn and System of a Down. They were calling me. They're calling me at my home. Hey, you want to work on our record?
Really?
Yeah. After the Faith No More thing, it was insane.
Damn.
It was insane. But once Maroon 5 hit, it's weird. I didn't get a whole lot of calls. It was crazy. It was like a hit record, and I was like, "What happened? Nobody's calling." It was
Really?
Weird. It was weird. Yeah.
What?
I think it's because Faith No More was like kind of like a cool band, and Maroon 5 people didn't realize they thought they were a boy band, but those guys are wicked players. Adam Levine can play guitar like a mofo.
And I heard he's a nice dude too.
Yeah, he's wicked. Those guys are super talented too, and they've been at it for they were at it for 10 years
They're
before.
Still at it too, right? Yeah.
They were at it for. I was with them the day they got their first gold record, and they said this is 10 years to the day of when we started Kara's Flowers, a previous band.
Wow.
They were at it for 10 years before they finally broke through.
I love that, man.
Yeah, they worked hard, man.
Are you in contact with them anymore? Or?
Mainly just like James is the only guy, but yeah, they're all super cool, super talented.
Did you do Angel Dust too, right?
Yeah.
Is that bigger than the real thing?
It's bigger overseas than in the States, but the cool thing about Angel Dust, I think it was like 10 years ago.
It's almost like a Paul's Boutique to me.
Dude.
In that sense, where they had like the Crazy License to Ill, and then they had a kind of a record that's not artsy, but it's something. It's not the most.
I think you're right.
I don't know.
I think it's a good comparison.
I love Paul's Boutique,
dude. I think it was 15 years ago. Kerrang! Magazine was talking about the most influential records of all time, and they started in the 50s and they worked to the 40s or whatever. So I was looking at the 50s, going, maybe I have a record here. No records here. I looked in the 40s, no records here. So once I got past the 40s, I go, none of my records made it. In the 30s, it was all the like the Chili Peppers, and the 20s, and blah blah blah. Number one, Angel Dust, most influential.
Wow, dude, that's amazing.
That's really cool. It is Angel Dust is really influential. I still have people emailing me on Facebook, whatever it is, dude. Faith No More is the band that people still keep hitting me up, and Angel Dust is the one where people go, that's the record. So
yeah, it's like they were still kind of underground. They also had the big hit, but they were still respected from I think all different genres.
But I think your Paul's Boutique is a good comparison because they did a big left turn. Like, okay, we're not going to do the Real Thing Part 2, which the label wanted them to do.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're going to do this thing that's super challenging and very, very different. And
right.
also
it worked.
It worked. And also I knew that I never talked to the band about it, but I knew I was not going to do that high-end compressed thing. This time it was all about the low end, no compression. I went a very, very different approach in recording them because I was like, I'm not going to repeat that mistake I did with the bad engineering on my part.
That was a pretty big record though, Angel Dust.
Angel Dust was, it did really well. It did really well overseas. There's a song called Midlife Crisis. That's
right.
Yeah, people
that's
really love it.
Yeah.
And that's the record that influenced a lot of people in singing. That record, the way Patton approached vocals, so many, like a Korn, all these bands have gone into print saying that's the record. That's
crazy,
the record. Yeah,
man.
and in fact, I forgot that guy's name. It was a singer from Slipknot was talking about.
Oh yeah, I could say that. Corey Taylor.
And he said. In fact, I think someone said he said that record kind of saved his life. Like that's
amazing, man.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
There's a really great hardcore band out called Angel Dust.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're really great. They're from Baltimore, and
nice.
I got to think it's definitely from that for sure.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Such a great band.
That's good.
That's crazy. So that was like the last one for a while. After you did Angel Dust after that?
I did. There's it was like 8 years ago. They had a song called Soul Invictus. I mixed it for them.
That's right.
Yeah. So
but no more records after the Angel Dust. They didn't do.
No, because after Angel Dust, first of all, they were at odds with their guitar player.
Okay.
Martin. And I just said after that record, I said, listen, I think you guys need a new producer or a new guitar or both.
Damn you.
Yeah, because I'd been with them from day one. I recorded them when they were like sharp young men. I recorded them so many years, and I didn't want them to feel like they had to work with me. I loved working with them, and those
was that
guys
hard
like
to
brothers.
Do?
It was
them free. Like
it was so hard to make Angel Dust. It was really, really hard.
Yeah.
And I think I was just worn out, and I just didn't want to have to do it again. And and I just really wanted to free them up. I really didn't want them to feel like they had to work with me again. I wanted to, and so they ended up working with Andy Wallace to do the next one.
Andy Wallace. Yeah, wow.
He's talented. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's done some
cool records.
Yeah. I think he did I'll Come the Walls maybe, or some Rancid album. I'm not sure. I know that
could
name.
Be. Yeah, because he has. Yeah, and I know he mixed Nirvana's Nevermind, but he's also done a bunch of like heavy, ugly rock stuff and everything. So he's super talented.
So then that's the record that after that, and then it kind of
Yep. Then I was like, I'm out. I got to go. You guys are free to do something with somebody else.
You did 3 Doors Down too, and the Spin Doctors.
Dude, yeah, but again, those are all, I did.
No,
Spin
yeah.
Doctors are great.
Yeah.
3 Doors Down are great. I mean, but I worked with them after they had success, but both really cool bands, super hardworking. I mean, I think you know this, that most people in the business, if you're going to be in it for 10 years, you are ready to work your ass off.
Yeah.
And in fact, a lot of people I remember over the years would be like, yo, man, bands, they're always doing drugs and drinking. I go, honestly, by the time I'm working with these folks, I would say 97% of the people were always sober and really ready to work.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend who worked in the stock exchange, and they were doing blow and spending their money on drugs. But all the musicians, man, they show up like, no, we're working. In fact, I know this because the only time that Faith No More was not able to perform was that after we were doing The Real Thing, and this guy named Keith from Oregon had done this like hybrid weed he called polio weed. And why is that? Well, because you can't walk after you smoke it. And that's the only time where they were messed up, and we lost like half a day because they were just loaded. But generally, every day, laser focus. Every band I've ever worked with, it's always been laser focused. Let's get it done. Always. I mean, people can't mess around.
Yeah.
Very few
Waste
people
no time.
have had like show up like strung out or whatever. Generally, people are just ready to work.
I wonder how long it took us to do the Go record. Was it a couple weeks?
If it's the usual way, I think it was 2 weeks of pre-production, probably 2 weeks of tracking, 2 weeks of overdubbing, and 2 weeks of mixing. Probably something like that.
So the Go record for me,
yes,
it's been talked about a lot in this podcast.
Really?
Yeah, because for me, I love the record. I love the songs, but for me personally, I didn't write anything on that record. So for me, it's such a weird. I'm so happy to talk about this because all the listeners will be happy. This is the most talked about record that people love. This is people's
It's a really good
This
record.
is people's first record, to a lot of people. But to me, I was moving to Los Angeles. We left a small independent label that I didn't want to leave. I let my brother Todd and Rusty take the reign of the band, which I've never done before. So you might even not know this. And then, and then we get out here and we're doing this record with you, and Todd Friend picked you because he loves Replacements. It was like a dream, Faith No More.
Right.
And then for me, I feel like I wasn't there mentally as I should have been.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't write one lyric, none of that.
What?
It's crazy. I don't know if you even knew that.
I mean, I knew Rusty was involved in the writing.
But Rusty hasn't wrote a song since the album. So since that album, the next album after, I wrote everything on Nothing to Prove, and that was our comeback record. It was 7 years after that, which became our biggest record on independent. But I never talked to you about this.
I didn't know that. I thought you had a hand in the writing with your brother.
No, man.
Really?
This is a great comment. I'm so excited. The listeners are going to be so happy. For me, and then I felt like, I don't know, just when it hurt, like for me, I was like, I wish I was more there mentally. It's crazy.
That's really interesting because I didn't know you guys, in all your early iterations, but I always felt like you were 100% in. Like when you were singing, that's the thing I always remember.
I was, because I listened to you. You were great.
But I remember when I was working with you, I was like, this guy's in. He's in it. And you were always pushing really hard. And the thing here's why I know this, because we'd be working super, super hard. But then when the tape machine wasn't playing, you were always talking all kinds of shit about Rusty. And,
we're doing dumb shit.
Yeah. And donuts and this and that and Limp Trizkit and all stuff. But so you were the most entertaining guy when the thing wasn't rolling. But I remember when we were working, you were just like laser, like, let's do this. So I just assume you wrote those lyrics because you delivered that stuff.
Thank you, man.
Seriously.
I'm so happy we're talking about this.
But I mean, seriously.
I need this therapeutic conversation about this freaking record because this record's been such a weird thing for me my whole entire career. Because the record where people thought we sold out, it's the record where people were on a major label. The record we got the most shit for. People judged the record just because we signed to a major before they even heard the fucking songs.
Oh, man.
And so, those songs, Memory Lane is like one of the biggest songs in South America to this day.
Dude.
We only played in South America.
Dude.
We play Role Models still, but all those songs...
Those are really good songs, dude. Role Models, seriously, though.
Thank you. But when we play these songs in our set list with all the other songs, it works as our career, all the songs meshing.
Right.
But the way it sounds in recording is different than obviously it sounds live in all the other songs, because that was a more...
Yeah, I definitely produced it more because I was hoping.
Yeah, so it was more produced album we've ever made, and for me, I felt like I just wish I was more involved with the writing.
Oh man,
it's crazy. I always want to talk to you about that.
Yeah, darn it. That's so interesting.
I know. And anytime I say some other record, people are like, "No." If I post about the anniversary, people are like, "Oh my god, this record changed my life." I'm like, "Really? what? Like for me, I was just so in it maybe and still thinking about it. And there was such a
Wow.
negative backlash before it even came out because back then it was like, what label were you on? You're not punk. If you're
Sure.
do you know what I'm saying?
Look, I think I'm really glad we're talking about this because here's the thing I think that's really difficult. A band works really hard to get an audience, and you want to have your tribe, and that's really, really important. But then over time, you would like to expand that tribe because it'd be nice to have more people listen to you than fewer.
Yeah.
Like when you start, there's 100 people in the audience, and at the end of it, you'd like to have like 50,000 if you could.
Totally.
While still maintain your integrity. And so to me, I had a feeling about this because you guys were, New York City hardcore, and you guys were really purist in a way. And I can see how fans can get all turned off by the fact that you signed to a label. But to me, it's like, that's not selling out in the wrong way. The wrong way would be if a bunch of other people wrote your songs.
Facts.
And it was like poppy, schmaltzy crap. You'd be like, yeah, that's not us. And we did that because we wanted the money. But you guys wrote it. It was your songs. You sang them. You played everything.
Yeah.
And you just had a bigger platform to launch from. And it's unfortunate people judge you based on a label instead of listening. Like those lyrics and those songs are fucking great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I thought that was like a home run record. And that, to me, every once in a while I do these things, I think that should have been a home run, and I get frustrated. Like I look back at that one and at Sugar Cold. Those two records are the ones I think should have been bigger records.
It was interesting because we did a video for Role Model, and then they had us play Memory Lane on Conan O'Brien.
Dude, Memory Lane.
And then they asked us to push Like a Prayer as a single. We're like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So there was like almost 3 different singles.
Yes.
And then soon after, the label crumbled and they merged with somebody. We got let go, which never happens with the major label deal. We got set free, which was amazing. I'm still trying to get the rights to that record to this day to re-release it on a vinyl because people want it on vinyl.
Dude, you should do it.
And try to track down how we can get that. I'm in touch with Hans Hadelt, the A&R guy. Still shout out to Hans. He gets a lot of love on here. But yeah, that was a weird time for me, man. But
dude.
But then now that record, back then it was like, the sellout record. But to this day, people love that shit. Always asking this place. But back then it was cool to hate. Now they fucking love that shit.
You know what? It was
wild,
here's the
man.
thing. It was a really, really excellent record. People just got the label stuff overshadowed it. But I mean, I think
so too.
But you should have possession. When was that? Was 2001. So you should have that record pretty soon, right?
Like legally to have it?
Yeah.
I know. I just don't know.
Find out. Dude,
Hans doesn't even know who's at the label anymore. If there's even a label anymore to find it. I'd love to own it, dude, or do something.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Own it, and if you want, I will pick one song. I will remix it for you for free.
The Dolby thing you're doing, that'd be sick.
I could do the Dolby thing.
The
surround thing would be great. But also, if you just want like a scrappier, more raw version, I would happily do that. I did that with the replacements. I got to remix the record the way.
It'd be sick to re-release it with you remixing it or something on vinyl.
That'd be great. I would love to.
And it'd just be me there with you. Nobody else is allowed.
That'd be great though. But that'd be really cool. Like if you want to make it a little rougher and rawer, and all that stuff.
Maybe strip down some of the
Sure,
yeah.
absolutely.
Because I thought about even re-recording the whole thing again, like 20 years later. But I don't know, that's weird.
Dude, just grab it. Let's pull some of this other stuff down. Let's strip it down like bare bones. Mix it really hard and raw.
I almost get emotional talking about it with you. It's so crazy because I never talked to you about it, and that thing's been. It's not a regret to me. And every time I talk about it in the pod or I post it, people get bummed that I'm bummed on it. But it's not that I'm not proud of it or regret it. It's just I wish I was more involved in it. And I think because it was so poppier for us, and because it was on a major label, we already got judged off the jump without even listening to the songs. Because we were singing about so much.
It's still the same stuff.
Still the same lyrics we sang about, dude.
Yeah.
There's so many songs in there. Out of Debt. There's so many great songs that on there.
That's really unfortunate because I think that now I understand a lot more. I wish we had talked about this when we were making the record because I could have done a better job producing it. But I think the fact that you did go from a smaller label to a major label, that's a big thing.
I had a lot of pressure and stress, and I just kind of checked out and let my brother Todd and Rusty take the reins, which I loved. And we've had a million conversations about this record for 20 years. It's crazy.
But the fact that you weren't as connected with the lyrics and stuff like that, that's really unfortunate.
But I was connected. I mean, I knew what the lyrics about. They definitely were things that I believe in as well. I'm not going to sing a song about. We had fucking Forest King, bro. Animal rights song about fucking hunting, bro.
Yes.
On a fucking poppy major label record.
Wasn't that about Ted Nugent or something like that?
Probably inspired by that guy for sure. Or I found it recently. His son is a vegan activist. His son is.
Nice. Dude, Role Model is so good. Oh my
I can trust the president. I can't trust the cops. Like all the lyrics we sang about are still relevant today, but they were sung and they were melodic and they were more poppy. But yeah, it's interesting. All the lyrics were fucking incredible. Memory Lane, Self-Reliable.
Dude, Self-Reliable. I mean, those are great songs.
I know.
You know what? Well, if you get a hold of that stuff, holler.
Songs Remain. Was it Songs Remain?
Yeah.
People change, but songs remain.
Yeah, that's a good song,
dude.
but holler. I would love to if you want to do a a stripped down raw version, like maybe that might be a nice way to reconnect you in the album.
It'd be very therapeutic for me.
If we got to sit down and you go, okay, listen, strip away all that candy stuff and let's get down to just the drums, bass, 2 guitars, my voice. And
I think my vocals were layered on there.
It may have been
more than usual,
and it may have been that would be my fault, and I apologize.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
But
before it sounded weird in some songs, I'm like, is that me?
Okay, but
I'll never listen to that record though. Go ahead. No, again, because it gives me such weird anxiety, bro.
Okay, but imagine this. Fast forward a year from now.
Okay.
And you and I are sitting down, and there's the drums, left and right guitars, bass, and 1 voice.
You have all that tracks. You have everything, yeah.
I don't have any of it.
You don't?
No, I never.
I have to do it again?
No. The label will have that stuff. You can get possession of all that stuff.
We gotta find these dudes. We need
yeah.
Shit.
But we could do it so that it's more the vision like of how you heard it. And
that's stripped down, maybe, yeah.
If it's stripped down and you heard those lyrics and you could hear your passion because you did sing really passionately.
Totally.
And I think you'd be like, okay, I love this record now. I think you would fall in love with that record.
So you have none of the recordings. The label owns that?
Yeah, I didn't have recordings or anything.
No nothing?
I don't have any of
Dude,
Maroon
who has
5.
That shit's gone,
I don't.
dude.
No, it's not. It's floating around. I don't have Maroon 5. I don't have Faith No More. I don't have any of that stuff.
Can you help me find it?
Yeah, we can do that.
I want to get it back, and I want to own it, and then re-record it, and then drop vinyl.
What was the label?
MCA, bro.
Yeah, that
Music Cemetery of America.
But that's been folded in other labels. That stuff has got to be somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but
where is it?
Where's your contracts? Could you find out when you get it back?
We need to talk to Hans Hadow, man.
We'll talk to him, but also
Hans. Who was the main dude that I forgot his name?
I don't know.
The big dude. I think he passed, man. Actually, man. One of his bosses passed, man.
I think he hung himself after the record didn't do very well.
Stop. But that was, it was still sick. We did Conan O'Brien. We're the first New York hardcore ever to play Conan O'Brien, which we did. That was beautiful. Made the video. It was great. Rancid's in the video. Yeah. Had Like Your Prayer did that was really fun. We had great but looking back at it now, having so many guests on this podcast, when they tell me the first album they get into is Go, I'm like shocked to me because it's always somebody's first time hearing your band. It doesn't matter how many years you've been around for.
That's like Faith No More with The Real Thing. They did stuff before that, but people didn't hear them until that record. And that was the record that people got introduced you in your band. And
totally.
I understand that now. I understand so much more.
And it took us 7 years. After that record, we did a 7-year hiatus, man. We just not because of the record. We toured, we were burnt. I did Hazen Street, which we did with on Epic Records.
What was the guy that didn't come by the Ball? What's his name? Murder Ball or what's
Madball?
Madball. Didn't he come by the studio?
Freddie Madball.
Yeah, because I remember you were always talking.
Murder Ball, I love you.
But you were always talking about
him.
And there's something about.
And we did a band together after that.
I have to say, there's something about your band that was really a purity in what you guys were doing. Because you were so deep in the hardcore, and there was something about it that was really, really honest and genuine.
100%.
You know what I mean?
For the listeners, like when we made that record, nobody's intentions were to not be H2O. My brother and Rusty just felt like we were on this smaller label that began to have so many similar sounding bands that we felt like we were like a small fish in a big pond. Yeah. We were the first East Coast band signed to Epitaph Records. And then the Bouncing Souls, Agnostic Front, Mab, all our friends came on there, which is beautiful.
Right.
But we had friends in Blink-182 and Newfound Glory on MCA that kept saying, you guys should come here. Right. And Hans Hadow tried to sign my brother's original band, Outcrowd, in the 80s. And he followed Todd Morse's career through when he joined H2O. So he was watching us from the sidelines for fucking over.
So he was a fan.
For 10 years, dude. Yeah. And so when he had this opportunity, we came to LA, we did a showcase for Brett Growitz, original label, Bill Wilson, Blackout, and Hans came. We did it at the truck somewhere in LA. And we came and So the thing for that was like, let's get our message and our music to a bigger audience. It wasn't like, let's become rich and famous. We wouldn't give a fuck about that.
Right.
So that was the opportunity we took with MCA. And so right then we were absolutely sellouts before the record even came out.
Right.
Even though we dropped a single with Out of Debt and maybe Role Model, I'm not sure if first thing came out. But anyway, all that shit doesn't matter. But that was when the internet started being like message boards and all this stupid shit. And people loved it or people hated it. Yeah. But now I know later on, 30 years in this band this year, is that people fucking love that record. They love all those songs, and they get bummed at us for not playing any of those songs in our set. So that's an interesting twist to it. Mm-hmm. It's weird because back then you're worried about the fans, you're worried about keeping it real, you're worried about not selling out, you're worried about your integrity, and we could be the same people in a major. But it was the same people. I just sang more melodic, I guess. I don't know. It's interesting.
Well, you should get a hold of those masters.
I need to find the masters.
And let's mix like your 3 favorites and then you just put them out on the internet so people can hear it.
Yeah.
And then you can sing those songs live.
Yeah.
Because then it won't have all the extra vocals and won't have all the extra goo.
I mean, Role
on there.
Model crushes live. Memory Lane crushes live.
Those are great songs.
Played that a couple months ago in where were we? In Chile and Brazil. It was incredible. Whole crowd singing, people crying for Memory Lane. It is surreal.
Didn't Rusty write Memory Lane?
Yeah.
Dude, it's a great song. It's a great song.
But to my whatever, I kind of just, me and Adam just took over the next album. Like you were writing everything. We're bringing it back to the roots.
Right.
So last 2 records we had produced with Chad Gilbert from Newfound Glory, with Paul Miner and Buzz Bomb and Orange County. And we took full reign of that. Like no more crazy melodies, no more crazy stuff. Because it kind of felt over the top to us, which it really wasn't. We've always had melody. I don't know. Just interesting.
Maybe just whatever I did to the vocals, maybe that just made it a little too much, too smooth. That's all. But it's interesting.
But your job was to produce, and if I had been more attentive, I'd paid attention to things and listened to mixes and masters, whatever that was. Maybe I would have said something there. But I was I was moving here with my wife. I was just like.
Yeah, maybe you could have said, "Hey, can we just even we could have even done alternate mixes, which maybe they have, where we just pull back some of that stuff." Because I have a vague memory that there's some of the songs where like, can we do those
like Repair? I think Repair is an amazing song, but if you listen to it, my voice has like echo to it. There's something to it. Repair. There's something over there, but it's not your fault because we should say things too during those times. But I was like, here's a record, fucking doing it.
Yeah,
I was so worried about like staying true to myself and fucking, I don't know. It's weird, man. I'm so happy I talked about it. I feel like you're my therapist right now.
Me too.
I waited years to talk to you about this. It's the most talked about record on this fucking podcast. I swear to God, always, dude. It's wild.
Yeah, maybe you just kind of look. I think it's understandable in retrospect that maybe you kind of just closed down a bit because you were just like, I can't fight all this stuff, especially if you're moving and someone's already taken the reins.
We left the label, man. I didn't want to leave the label. Like, I loved Epitaph, dude. They took care of us,
Yeah. Maybe just stay there and just.
So I think my head was already crazy at that point anyway. But then we started making the record, and it's like all this pressure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go back to you. But the Dolby Atmos remixes are sick.
Yeah,
but is that Studio City Deluxe where you do them at? Or is that a different spot?
I'm across from Sound City parking lot, but I have my own studio there. I've had it there for like 20 years.
So Nirvana Nevermind was done over there?
Yes, Nirvana.
And some Tom Petty too, right?
A bunch of Tom Petty stuff. Johnny Cash doing the cover of the Trent Reznor song "Hurt."
No way.
Yeah, and a bunch of stuff out there. Oh, Slipknot, Rage Against the Machine. A bunch of stuff was done at that studio.
Foo Fighters too out there? No.
They
have their own studio.
Yeah, they have their own studio now. Yeah.
That's a legendary spot, though.
It's very legendary. But yeah, it's cool, man. The Atmos, we should do one of your songs. But I mean, just everything gets spread around. You feel like you're right there in the middle of the band.
It'd be cool to hear one in there, yeah.
Dude, you should come by and check it out. I got so much stuff that I've done. It's like, sounds amazing.
You do that with Will Kennedy?
Yeah.
And you have the Forum series too. Is that like a podcast or like a show or something? Or
no, I'm not in any podcast. But
with the Forum series, like that's a whole.
That might be something that happened through NARA's, the Recording Academy.
Matt and Will Kennedy, something you guys do.
Oh, it's not a regular thing. Oh, no, you might be talking about Live at Studio Deluxe. We did a bunch of bands there. That was really fun because we record people live. They had to sing and play live. We didn't do any overdubs. We didn't do any fixing. We mixed it and we videotaped it. And there's some really cool performances where people are just like doing it live.
Who'd you have in there? What were some of the highlights in there?
Well, nobody that anybody would know now. There's a band called Tommy and the High Pilots. There's this band, the Young and the Lovely, or the Lovely and the Lonesome. This group, women who did some Cure covers, and man, they were so good. They were so good. It was just live in the studio. It's really cool.
So you guys don't do that no more? You do it a while ago?
No, we haven't. And this guy, Alan Johannes, he came in there and did a bunch of his stuff with Jack Irons, who used to be the original drummer from Chili Peppers. Anyway, it was really cool. But we don't do it because it's.
But the Dolby stuff, the first one you did was the real thing, right? We did it.
We did Epic.
Epic, yeah.
Yeah, we did Epic just because we wanted to prove to labels that we could do stuff. So I actually did an original version. We just had these like really crappy stems we pulled down from the internet because I didn't have any copies of that stuff. So we did it, and the label's like, this doesn't sound very good. Like, well, we only have these crappy stems. And I said, if you give us the masters, we'll do it. Oh my God, you should hear it. We get the multi-track masters from the label, and that thing sounds sick in Atmos. It's crazy good.
Damn.
It's huge and powerful and beautiful.
I want to get my masters now, man.
Dude, you should do it. Well, let's do it. Let's at least do really good stereo, like just like in your face, like straight up, hardcore mixes of the stuff to start. And then if you want to do Atmos gets a little more fancy, and it's going to get back to kind of that.
Yeah, for the listeners, what is the difference? What you do with Adobe? What is the difference between a regular mix and that? Like, why is it so?
The difference is this, that in stereo you only have like the two speakers and you have to jam a lot of sound in there, which can be really cool. But in Dolby Atmos, you can open it up and it surrounds you and is above you.
Like in the movie theater.
It's like in the movie theater. And I was introduced to it like 5 years ago, but I just wasn't impressed with it. It was like, yeah, whatever, technology, blah, blah, blah. But then our friend Brad Wood played us a Liz Phair song that we'd never heard before. And it was so emotional. And so once we knew there was an emotional connection, then we were like, let's do this Atmos thing. Because people feel like they really sit there and go, oh my God, like this really feels different. It's like, okay, now I'm interested because I don't care about technology.
Yeah.
But if it moves you, let's do it.
Okay. You did some Foreigner songs too that you like, right?
Oh my God,
those
dude.
are one of the first records you bought in like the 70s or something.
Yeah. Dude, the Foreigner Urgent,
Hot-Blooded.
we have wicked mixes of that stuff. You got to come out and listen.
I know, I love Foreigner, bro.
It will blow your mind. You go, this sounds incredible. People listen, they go, I never want to go back to stereo, but it's coming in cars. That's going to be the
oh
game
really?
changer. It's coming in cars, and dude, it sounds so much better. It sounds so much better.
You did Love Shack and Sabbath and
yeah, Sabbath, live Sabbath. But so
Selena Gomez too.
Yes, we did.
Interesting.
But here's the thing, though. In Atmos, the original version of Go would sound great because there's stuff to spread around.
I'd love to hear that, yeah.
But in stereo, we should do this stripped down, just raw, 2 guitars, bass, drums, and 1 voice.
Yeah.
You should do it.
I want to do that, yeah. This is Max Morse in the house.
Hey, how's it going?
I don't think I met Matt Wallace.
Good drumming. I saw you, but was it 5 years ago? When did he play in a song? Yeah.
Max, come on the microphone real quick.
Say something. Say hi.
Max, me and Matt Wallace had a long talk about. He produced the Go record.
That's right.
Tell him how people love Memory Lane and where we play it.
Why, he doesn't like it?
I love it. He's the one who's not so sure about it.
Why are you yelling?
Why are you yelling?
Yeah, people absolutely love it. Like especially in South America, and every time he always says like, any songs anyone else play, everyone's like Memory Lane, Memory Lane, Memory Lane. All the time.
And I know he's. I'm trying to get your dad to reconnect with that stuff because it was a really good record. But it was yeah. So what do you think if we remix it, where we strip it down to just 2 guitars, bass, drums, and 1 voice?
Is that what it is?
No. He just got more stuff like doubled vocals and extra guitar tracks. Yeah, I think we want to make it a little more hardcore, a little more true to the original version or vision that your dad may have had.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Should do
I put in my own version of drums because that shit was really fucking annoying to learn. Remember? We did practice for hours and hours and hours and hours. And when I got it, I was like, this is simple, but I don't know why the hell I couldn't get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard, yeah.
That was the only song that was really hard for me.
So you had your own band these days, huh?
It's only other band, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we say the name on the podcast or no? Okay, there's no name.
Oh, yeah, okay, good. You probably don't remember this, but you came to our house when you were like a little kid. Remember he went swimming in the pool or something?
Oh, that's right, dude.
You were a little youngin'. Yeah, out in
These kids are
Tarzana.
like almost 30 years old now. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. You're out there running around.
Okay, get on my podcast now.
Okay, all right. Good to see you.
I love you. Bye. Yeah, you did Selena Gomez. You did the Sabbath, and also who else you doing there?
I mean, a bunch. So I have to.
Why Selena Gomez? You like her? That's so random.
It's very random because the labels want us to do it.
They asked you to do it. Oh,
yeah. Because sometimes it's the label. It's usually the label. Sometimes the bands want us to do it. So yeah, it's like that's what we do. We just did the Stained record. You remember that Stained? Yeah, dude, they had some hits. So we're doing that right now. We're going to do this new Sarah McLachlan record, which is super beautiful. It's gorgeous. Oh my God, I started crying when I heard these songs. Like, oh my Lord, because they played me the mixes and she was in the room and I was like, oh, this stuff's super emotional.
She was there too.
Yeah, it was just, but it was so like, oh my God, I didn't want to cry.
It's like her songs on the commercials where you say puppies.
Yeah.
Those adoption commercials with her voice.
She writes those things. You just go, oh my God, I want to
cry.
You. Yeah, dude. And she did that one song in the Toy Story thing.
Oh yeah.
And everyone just cries. You just, it's like, oh my God.
Is this the main thing you're focusing on? Working the Dolby stuff?
That's all I do, man. I've been mixing for the last 3.5 years. I just mix stereo and Dolby Atmos. That's all I do.
That's it.
Last thing I produced was this wicked band called Des Rocks from Brooklyn. And oh my God, this guy's like super. It's a trio, and he's like Elvis meets Freddie Mercury meets something else, and he's just super talented. I mean,
where's he from?
He's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I used to listen to new music and stuff and checking for new artists.
A little bit here and there. Just
you kind of stay in your little zone and do your thing.
Stay in my zone. Just do the mixing thing.
It's been fun though, right? Yeah.
Just dream about remixing Go. Doing it right. See, I get the same feeling of the Faith No More thing. It's like, I wish I could do that right. Then,
but you never thought about Go, so I brought it up to you today, though, which is pretty awesome.
Well,
dude.
no, That's one, because I also, here's what opened my mind up was that I redid the Replacements record, which was mixed by Chris Lord-Alge, which a lot of people got mad at me at that record. They thought I ruined the Replacements. I had friends who go, you ruined the Replacements. Like, I didn't mix it. And so Chris Lord-Alge did a great job, but he should have ideally mixed the singles. But the whole record is very kind of glossy and smoothed out, and people hated me for that record. And it's like, dude, that wasn't my choice. We made a record, so I was able to. It was like about 4 or 5 years ago, got to remix the record the way we wanted it to, and it's more raw. It sounds like the Rolling Stones. It's like
that's what I'm saying.
There's no goop on it, so that's why I think
that the Go record, man.
Dude, I'm telling you,
then we can just drop it digitally or something, like re-put it out.
Yeah, it won't cost you anything to put it out. You can just stick it up on Spotify, whatever you got to do, and people go, "Oh my God, this sounds great."
Because it's been, dude, it made me so happy. Not that we change anything, we just make it more raw.
Dude, just make it raw. Just peel back some of that other goo. Make it. I'm serious, man. Mix it like AC/DC dry, just like in your face, just like, what the hell?
Dude, all my listeners for the past 6 years, they're so psyched in this conversation because all I talk about is this record, man. Now I'm with the producer, and now we're going to make something happen because people have DM me going, you should remix it. When are you releasing it on vinyl?
You know what? I'll make a prediction. If we remix a couple of those songs, you're going to fall in love with that record again.
I know.
And you're going to want to sing those things live because
I love the songs and the lyrics. I love it.
Okay, well, so let's do it.
Yeah.
Dude, I will free of charge mix at least one, maybe two in stereo for you just to do it, just to go check this out. You'd be like, now we're talking.
I want to pick a song that's kind of random that I love that's not a big single that I feel like I could sound more raw on, but I am going to try to get it back to. I'm hitting up Hans after this podcast.
Hit up Hans and just say, how do you get? Because I think your term it should be over pretty soon. Where
after like a certain amount of years we can own it.
Yeah, you should have ownership of that record.
Yeah, it's like 20. It came out in 2001, dude. That's crazy.
Dude, that's like 24, 25 years ago. So you should be able to get it. Because I know other bands, Faith No More, they're getting their stuff back. A lot of people get their stuff back.
It's just tracking down the contract and tracking down, right?
And just go, okay, we want copies of it. And they'll just give you the digital copies of it. You get digital multi-tracks of it. You don't need the actual reels because that's a whole pain in the ass. But but even if you get that, we can transfer it across. But you should have it so you can, dude, it'd be wicked to remix that record.
I know.
It would sound you'd be shocked at how powerful it's going to sound.
I know. I need it in my life, in my heart, and my soul. Do you have like a bucket list of stuff you want to do mixes on with the Dolby stuff? Or like work with or no?
Yeah,
just whatever.
Anything.
It's just fun, right? Pick things to remix.
Yeah.
You have to have the masters for the stuff you're using, though.
Dude, just put the master. You just hear the stuff. Everything sounds gorgeous. I mean, some of the stuff. What's always amazing is when you put up these stuff, like when I do stereo, either stereo stuff or Atmos. But if it's a remix of something old, man, you can tell the moment you put up the vocalists. That's like 90%. You go, oh wow, this person's all in, 100%. You go, you can bring up everything else. You go, but that it's all about the singer. If they're delivering the goods, you're like, I'm in.
Yeah. I definitely think I gave good performances of those songs, and I didn't force it, and
you worked hard.
I did my best. I did
You worked really hard. I just probably had put a little too much goop on it.
I just want to represent the band correctly, and definitely not, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think. Look, here's the thing about you. I don't think you would ever do something that wasn't true.
I didn't phone it in at all.
No, you would never do something that's like. And I just think that maybe if I have to like listen back again, but probably if we had some doubled vocals or some harmony stuff was probably not the right thing. And didn't Rusty do some harmonies?
That's the thing. So here's the deal. I love you, Rusty. Rusty already knows you talk about this a million times with this band. Right. We're in therapy about this record, Rusty. Is that when I wasn't there, things were being added to it that I wasn't there. And then when I finally probably heard it, I probably didn't hear anything. I probably even listened to the advanced mixes, maybe not. And then it was so candy-coated with so many melodies on it.
Sure.
It was so much melody. So we put Rusty in a melody timeout for the record after that. And that's why we stripped it back to the raw basics for Nothing to Prove. Sure. And people loved that record. We took it back to the essence of the band where it's not... It was just raw, and it wasn't. We had melodies, but it wasn't all 3-part harmonies. And then Todd Morse was gone after that, and we did the last record 10 years ago. Use Your Voice without Todd Morse. Wow. That was the first time a record without Todd Morse.
Wow,
which I love that album 10 years ago, man. So now I think we should do something now with Max, like a 7-inch or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or even if you want to just pull up some of those old songs that haven't played drums on them.
Oh my god,
dude, you could just recut the drums if you want.
That'd be crazy.
And just have raw, like literally 2 guitars, bass, drums, and 1 voice. Literally.
Do you still love music and wake up loving music?
Yeah, pretty much.
You never got burnt and wanted to like tap out and try something else? We talked about real estate. You talk about that
I mean, there have been times like in 2015, I almost quit again because after a while, you're an old dude and you just don't get the work as much. And then you're just like, oh, nobody wants to hire me. I'm gonna peace out. And I was gonna do that, but then all of a sudden people call me up and go, hey, you want to produce this or mix? I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it.
I mean, I feel like you were doing that right before Maroon 5 came into your life. I really feel like you talked about that.
Dude,
conversations about that.
Yeah, because things well, it's true because things are actually slowing down. And like work was like, oh, that's okay. And then all of a sudden I can see this band and
you took less money for it too.
Dude, I took half the amount of money, and now
I wonder why you did that. Just did it
because I just believe in those songs. And Nile Rodgers turned it down because he said it's too low of a budget to make that record. He would have made a great Maroon 5 record, but he's like, I can't make a record for that because it was low dough.
And that record kind of changed your life.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it was like, it was the biggest.
Not just financially, just everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's the biggest home run I've ever had. I mean, that's like insane. I mean, dude, 20 million records is crazy.
It's crazy.
1.5 billion streams of certain songs is I never dreamed. Look, I never dreamed I'd ever make a living at this when I started. It never occurred to me I'd make a living at it. And the one thing, to my manager's credit, he said, look, if you love the music, just do it. We'll figure out the finances, but if you love the music, you just got to do it. And that was totally true. I did something, I just love it.
I know.
And that's how I've always followed it, because that's why I kind of go between like brutal, ugly stuff and the really melodic stuff. Like I mix Mushroom Heads. I've done 3 of their records. It's like just brutal, ugly metal stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'll do like super pretty stuff in between. I just go back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah, you really love the music, man.
Yeah. That's why I got into this thing. I just, like I said, I did it because I loved it. And look, I was so poor when I started. I could barely make $165 rent.
It's crazy.
I mean, I was working like 12-hour days, still not making that, living on ramen. Just I had a 1-bedroom apartment that my girlfriend moved out of, and my friend John was going to move in for like a couple months. He ended up living there for like 3 years. He had a futon in the living room. And so our $330 rent was split into 2, so like $165 each. And I remember just like, man, I gotta work to make this money.
Yeah, you really worked hard and grinded.
I worked really hard. And so when I finally sold my studio, I was actually able to make money where people would just pay me. Because before I'd take the money and put it back in the studio, pay rent, but then they would just pay me. I got like $8 an hour for producing. And so after I worked like 5 hours, I got $40. It was like, oh my God, this is great.
What was the last real job you had? Like you had a boss and like clocked in and stuff.
Well, at Slash Records, I worked there for a year, but oh my God, I had so many jobs, dude. I used to, this garbage company up in Contra Costa used to like damage mailboxes and fences because they go on these narrow roads. So they call it, okay, you got to fix this light, or you got to put a new brick fence in. So
that's
I did
a random
that.
job. Yeah.
I did construction. I worked for a dental office. I cleaned things. I piped her out. I mowed lawns. I've worked
since you were young.
Since I was 13, I was always working. Always. I worked at the circus, Circus Vargas. I did that for a few weeks.
What'd you do at the circus?
I had, this is back in the day, you get this tray. I think it was like 3 by 4 or 5 cups of Coke. So it was open cups with ice and Coke in there. I would walk up and down the stands trying to sell it.
Damn.
And people were like, looking at the trapeze artists. I go, that's not impressive. I'm carrying this thing. I'm like a little, 15-year-old kind of doing it. I hated hot dogs, but the only thing he fed us all day after working like 8 hours a day was 2 hot dogs with mustard. I hated hot dogs, but after that I was like, I'm so hungry. That's all I got. I ate it. I go, yeah. Circus Vargas.
Damn.
Dude, I've done so many crazy, insane jobs. I just like.
But you've been doing music full on since what year you think? Making a living? Almost making a living.
Well, I started doing this in my parents' garage in 81. So I've been doing it for like, how many years is that? 40 some odd years. And then doing it as a living. I moved down to my parents' house, and after I got out of college, so probably I was 22. I've been just since 22, man. So I'm 65. So it's like 30 some odd years. I've been just.
You look amazing, by the way, man.
Well, thank you for an old dude.
But you age backwards. That's where you look the same to me, dude. I don't know, man.
Sweet. Well, I'm active.
65.
I'm active. I play a lot of pickleball. I do
crazy
pickleball hikes. Yeah, crazy hikes. I do these like insane hikes.
You look like a hiker.
Dude, I am hiking. That's the only thing that's kept me sane.
Okay.
For all the years, I used to joke people. I go, it's either hiking or heroin.
Yeah.
Because I had so much stress. I was like, I got to do it. So I hike.
Pickleball's is. I tried. That's intense, dude.
It is, dude. I went
Did
there.
you play tennis before that or no?
No.
Okay.
I went there a couple days ago to play like an hour of pickleball. I ended up playing for 2 hours.
Full body.
Full body, running around like a crazy person. I'm an old man.
So you're in good shape, man.
I'm in pretty good shape for an old dude.
You get your checkups.
Dude, I do my checkups like it was years ago.
Eat good.
Yeah, pretty much eat good. But
your daughters are vegan. Just so
she's
cool.
Vegan. Yeah, but I remember when my nephews and I were doing this thing. We were on some cruise with my family, and they wanted to do this thing on the treadmills. I go, you guys want to keep up with me? An hour on the treadmill, full as high as you can make it, and they just like tap out. I go, this is what we do, man.
Have you done marathons before?
Haven't done marathons, but I did. I've done Mount Whitney a couple times, which is 22 miles round trip.
Damn.
Start at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Go
all the way up and get back to the car at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's a vertical mile.
With some friends?
Yeah. 8,500 feet up to 14,500 feet. Highest
That's
point in the contiguous United States.
Damn, you must be wrecked after
Well,
that.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm wrecked after that because that's hard. But it's been a while since I've done that one. I'm geared.
So
up
every
for
day
it.
you're active. You like either walking or doing something.
Well, my girlfriend and I walk every day. For a while, we were walking 5 miles a day, but now we do like more like 2.5, 3 miles, and then we used to swim a mile at a time. But I'm going to get back to that.
That's awesome.
And mountain biking, I'm getting back into mountain. But the main thing is hiking. I just go out for these like rugged hikes. And that's
But you feel good.
I feel good. I feel strangely. I feel good.
I feel like 60s is young these days. I don't know,
Well,
look, when you were younger, thinking about a 60-year-old, you think, oh my God, that's dead. But like, I'm 54, 55 this year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel great.
It can be. You just if you're eating well, like you're doing vegan stuff, and you exercise, you should be good. But just when things fall apart, you got to fix them. Like I had horrible back injuries, and I had to do physical therapy for like 11 years to avoid surgeries. But I had to fight for it. I used to do physical therapy 3 days a week, hour and a half at a pop. I did that for like months.
So tweaked disc or something?
Oh yeah, I've got messed up disc up and down. I was like every morning I couldn't.
What do you think that's from? Just
part of it was from construction. I had I had a body surfing accident. I landed on my head. I had a couple over the handlebar fast mountain bike things. Damn. So I've just got a lot of damage that I tell you, man, physical therapy saved I've missed 3 surgeries because of physical therapy. But I'm hardcore.
I always say you should avoid back surgery at all costs, man.
Avoid any surgery. I have neck, mid back, and lower back, and I went in there for physical therapy. They do 45 minutes. I go, what else do you got? They go, how about do this? What else you got? I got up to an hour and a half, 3 days a week. As I was like, because I used to wake up like I was hit by a truck or in a fist fight every morning. I used to wake up and I couldn't put my feet on the ground. I couldn't sit down when I was working. I had to stand up for 8 hours, and I had to fight for it. They're like, you can take drugs, you can get a surgery, or you can do physical therapy. I was like, physical therapy. It would save my ass.
Yeah.
So I highly, highly recommend it.
I feel like we do what we love, so that's what keeps us young. That spirit,
That helps.
Like I play music still. You work with music every day. You do something you love.
Yeah.
I feel like that keeps us young and like I don't know. If we're doing something we hate, I think it would be different and stressful. And
you got to do.
We get stressed, but
Do you exercise or what do you do?
Oh yeah, man. I worked out before you came. I work out 5 days a week in my garage. I just had PT too because I had something pinched, so my 2 fingers were tingling 6 months ago. I went to every kind of doctor, MRI, which is so scary.
Oh, dude, I hate
X-rays.
MRIs. Oh,
dude, they put me home. I had them pull me out. I was freaking out. I started breathing. They put the eye jammies on. They put you on the machine. Then I found out there's a thing called open MRI, which I saw after. Like, I wish I would have got open MRI.
But even open MRI is not that open.
Yeah, but it's open on the sides, though.
Yeah, you could do that. And then also they can give you something to kind of calm you down.
I don't want to do that. I was freaking out about it. But yeah.
Dude, I've got an MRI story for you.
Tell me. I hate MRIs so much.
Dude, I hate them with a passion.
You've had a bunch?
Yeah, and I want to crawl. I want to crawl out of my skin. Like I've had ones where I'm like, like I want to bail. But my first ones I did when I was probably like 40, and I had hip problems, so they put me in this hip thing, and I was in this MRI thing. I was like, oh man, I hate this. I hate it. They do the thing like, hey, we're still here. You can talk to us anytime you want to. I was in there for like 40 minutes.
Dude,
I remember a couple times I talked and they weren't there. But I'm in this thing, and it's making all that noise. Oh, and this was a week before some kid had been killed in an MRI because he had some kind of like surgery, and so they put him in the MRI to make sure it worked out. They had a metal oxygen tank in there, and they turned the thing on. The tank went through and just killed the kid. So you have to have aluminum tanks in that room because otherwise that electromagnet will pull it through. So I'm laying there, and the only thing I could do to keep myself from going crazy in there was to think about like naked ladies and stuff like that. And I didn't
get a boner in the MRI.
And I didn't realize that I got a boner in the MRI. So later on, when they're looking at the film,
this is incredible.
I
dude.
had no idea, but it's the only way I got through that MRI, man. But I didn't. I had no idea. And
they saw the boner in the MRI.
And I was like, oh my God, I feel like such an idiot.
How long were you in there? Were you there for 45 minutes?
I was like 40 minutes. This was early on before they kind of sped it up a bit. So I was just laying there. And the last time I was laying there for like maybe 18, 20 minutes.
It's just like, all the shit in your ear.
But every time I'm laying there, I'm thinking, what if there's an earthquake? And they all leave and I'm stuck in it. And how are you going to climb out of there? And I hate MRIs.
They left the room. They gave me like a buzzer in my hand. I can see them through the glass. And I'm like, why did they leave me in this room? I know they're right there and I can... It was so
But the worst thing, though, the first time I was up buzzing, I'm talking like, hey, anybody there? No one's there. Like, hello, anybody there? And I was trying to be cool.
I was kicking my feet, and they came back in to see if they could pull me out. I'm not ready for this. And then I did my breath work, and then I shut my eyes, and it's just like right in your... I don't know why
the trick is, though, once you put the eye jammies on, you cannot open your eyes in there. Because I've done it without the eye jammies, but once you open your eyes, you see that thing's right there. I'm out. So I just close my eyes. I just think I'm somewhere else. I go, just breathe.
But how come in 2025 there's nothing that's easier and faster and just like a little scan. It's weird though.
It's weird.
It seems so like prehistoric. It's just like the machine's so loud in your ear.
Hate it.
It's fucking brutal.
Hate
and just seeing it gives me anxiety, man.
Well, you can do CT scans. That's just like a big donut, and you're not all the way in. That's pretty good. But the MRIs, I think, are a little more accurate for certain things.
Yeah. So anyway, I had this pins thing. I got a PT who does work.
So is it for something in your neck?
Yeah, like a bold something.
Did you like fall on your head or do something?
I think it's years of jumping up and down on stage. I've never had an MRI my whole entire life.
Right.
I got it in my 50s, so it's years of probably going crazy. But I got a PT. She works with all musicians. She fixed a bunch of my friends with the exact same thing. And now my fingers are good.
Good.
It's been like 6 months. But I train in the garage. I run. I
so
love
you still do exercises
every day, man.
That's what I did.
Every day.
I used to do it every day. I do
like
PT
strength training now too. We have to keep our muscles as we get older, man. Especially what we're doing. It's like getting old, bro.
That next stuff people don't realize because I had all this pain under my shoulder. I point to the doctor. It's under my shoulder. They go. I finally went to this guy. I went to a shoulder specialist. He goes, "It's not your shoulder. It's your neck." I go, "No, it's like right here, man.
We're all connected. It's all connected."
Yeah,
weird.
and he goes, "It's your neck. Trust me." So we did an MRI, whatever it was. Like sure enough. So then I did all these neck exercises. Then the pain went away. And I would have bet you $100,000 right here is where the pain was.
That's what I thought mine too. Is behind my thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah, your scapula.
Yeah, it's all connected. Everything's so connected.
Yeah, it's all up here. Once your neck is messed up and your spine is, it all goes downstream. It's like, oh my God, I had such terrible pain. But I'm glad you're doing it.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you're working out. See, you're looking good, man. You're 54.
Yeah, I'll be 55 this year. Yeah,
55.
I want to run my first marathon this year. Is my goal.
Are you gonna do it?
I like to. Yeah.
Have you done any marathons or not?
Like a half, whatever. Yeah.
Dude, my girlfriend is a former
Iron woman.
Not iron, but she did marathons, 26.2 mile, and she's done triathlons, swimming, biking.
She's a savage. She's
she
keeps you going. Yeah.
Yeah. She still works out and does yoga, and she's the one who got me into swimming. I started swimming. We stopped a couple years ago. I get back into it, but I just went there just to watch her.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Come on, swim." And I was just like, I tried to race her, thinking I was really good. Oh my God, she kicked my ass so many times. And I go, okay, fine. So I started swimming with her just a little bit. We got up to a mile a pop. Every Saturday and Sunday, we would each swim a mile.
That's crazy,
dude.
man.
That's insane.
Just in the ocean?
No, at this pool.
I was going to say, ocean scares me, man.
Yeah, she's done ocean swims for triathlons.
Do you like the ocean?
I like it. I'm just a little bit worried that something might bite me.
Me too, man. He's my son surfs all the time. I can't. He surfs at night sometimes. I'm like, yo, it's crazy.
Really?
Dude.
Yeah. I mean, the chance of getting bitten by a shark are pretty skinny.
Yeah.
Like you'll get hit by lightning first, but I'm still don't like that idea of the sharks might bite me.
Yeah, it's scary. Is there a band that you wanted to work with that you were supposed to and it fell through or something like that?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I can. No,
like you have to pitch yourself to produce things.
Yeah. But I don't really produce anymore, so it's mixed. But I used to.
Yeah,
I used to go knock on doors and hey, hire me for this or hire me for
Yeah.
that, and so yeah, of course, I'd love to.
But back then, was there somebody almost producing and it fell through?
Yeah, a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah,
but it's just like
it's just like getting a role, like trying out for something and acting and all that stuff. Same kind.
Yeah, you just gotta like see what you get hired
but
for.
do you still feel like you have to hustle as hard as you used to?
Yeah.
Still.
Well, yeah, because it's a brand new business. I had to build an entire Atmos room in my studio.
I saw that. I read about that. Yeah.
I put all the money into it, built it out, and then didn't have anything to play to people until I got some Faith No More stuff. Then I played it stuff, and then we got work. But every day I got to knock on doors, call, hey, can we, you want to hire?
Like not reinventing yourself, but just staying current.
It is pretty much. Dude, I went from analog tape to digital. That's a big jump for an old guy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then I went from digital to this Atmos stuff. This Atmos stuff is such a learning curve. It's insane. And plus I have to unlearn a bunch of stereo mixing stuff to do Atmos. It's bad.
Damn.
It'd be like me saying to you, okay, I know you've been singing this certain way, but now 75% what are you doing? You can't do that. You're gonna do this new wave singing. You'd be like, really?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It'd be like that. Like, okay, now you're gonna sing opera or something. You're like, what do you mean I'm gonna sing opera? Well, you gotta learn how to sing opera now for your living.
Yeah.
That's what I had to do for Atmos.
It's crazy. Like just one example is like Billie Eilish and Phineas like recording those huge records in their bedrooms.
In their bedroom.
It's unreal, man.
It's incredible.
So just that's the most DIY. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, the
man.
technology now. You don't need a big studio anymore. You just do it all at home, and those are huge multi-million selling records, man.
I know. So that kind of hurts in a sense as far as like the big studio work, like people from the studios and stuff. And
absolutely, and also not as many bands anymore too. It's like
it's true.
Definitely fewer bands, much more single artists, kind of thing.
Yeah, pop and everything.
Because a band, you got to get together, you got to rehearse, you got to write songs. Whereas Phineas and Billie Eilish just go to his room, like clickety click, okay, sing it, okay, that's good. Next,
crazy. I feel like Foo Fighters is like the only like
pretty much
band that's still making records and still touring and still
pretty
like doing
much.
studio stuff. There's other ones as well, but I feel like for rock bands.
Rock bands,
Kind
that's
of all we
pretty much
got.
it.
It's interesting, man.
Yeah, for rock bands that are kind of pop, it's Foo Fighters. Others like Slipknot's still doing stuff.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like you're not going to see any Rage Against the Machines coming out anymore. Like just bands. It's hard to get bands happening.
I know. Did you ever work any hip hop albums?
No, well, we did mix a Notorious B.I.G. Song, so that was kind of cool. Yeah. It's called Notorious Thugs. We did. It's really cool.
With Bone Thugs and Harmony off of Life After Death.
Yeah. So we mixed it, which is really cool. I mean,
you mixed that song.
Atmos version, not the original.
Okay, but still,
it's really cool though. You get to hear people. You get to hear the vocals and go, man.
Did the Bone Thugs get to hear anybody? Anybody get to hear that song?
We're waiting for clearance from Biggie's state first,
Okay.
and then we get to get other people to check it out.
Dude, that's a great song.
Yeah.
Notorious.
It's
Bone and Biggie.
Yeah.
It's Bone and Biggie.
Yeah,
it's a great song.
It's
dude.
really cool. I mean, I would love to do way more of that stuff. It's just whatever people want to hire us for.
That's sick. What about sobriety? You sober, dude?
Yeah, dude.
I've been sober for how long?
I've been sober my whole life. I think I've been drunk once my entire life.
Wow.
One time.
You're almost straight edge. It's crazy.
Pretty much. Yeah, I got drunk one time. I've been like a little bit tipsy here once in a while.
No edibles, no ayahuasca.
No.
Okay.
Edibles I did like every few days at nighttime for bedtime and stuff like that. But no, you know what? I just feel better being me, and it's
You're
always
very high in life type, dude. We have a lot of similarities as far as our energy goes. Yeah, you've always been like that.
Yeah, and I mean, ever since high school, like I said, I had friends who were drinking and smoking and stuff, and so I just a little bit in high school, a little bit in college, but it's never been my thing. I just feel better being sober. And if booze worked for me or weed worked for me, I'd do it. I'd totally do it. I don't care if people do it. It does. I mean, I've been around people taking all kinds of drugs, but I just yeah. So I'm just.
Are your children into music? Or did they make music?
Oh, my daughter made a whole record during COVID.
Sick.
Dude,
Okay.
it's really good.
For singing?
Yeah, singing.
Oh,
I did all the music. I did the music.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
But she was like, "Hey, I can't work, so let's make some music."
What style of music? What kind?
It's kind of like kind of indie kind of pop stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's
That's awesome.
She had a song she wrote when she was in kindergarten called Punk Rock Princess or something like that. And so she was always writing lyrics, so we did these songs.
That's cool, man.
I took her to her first show was Sugar Cult when she was in kindergarten.
Wow.
Yeah, we went to the Palace and she was like she was such a huge fan of it. So yeah.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
So she wants to do music, you think, or just
no, she's got another job, but she's yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man. Do you have any major regrets in your life?
Yeah, I've made some mistakes here and there. Yeah,
we all do.
I think maybe wasn't very kind to myself or didn't pick some of the right partners sometimes.
Yeah.
Which, did not help out. Because now that I'm with someone that I think it's more of a balanced kind of relationship and it's more symbiotic and reciprocal.
Yeah.
And the goal in life is to be with someone who wants to own their own shit and go, yeah, I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Totally.
And let me do better. Because that's what I've always done. Like, even with my kids, listen, I wasn't a great dad, so let me try to do better tomorrow. And I think if you own your stuff, it's like, okay, cool. But a lot of people I would be with who never could apologize, and I just, and I learned to like take care of other people's emotional needs before my own. And
I can see that.
Yeah. And I was always trying to like rescue people. I mean, I had like 5 homeless kids living in my backyard for a while. Then homeless kids living in our house. I mean, so
really, wow.
Yeah. So I did a lot of crazy stuff that, in retrospect, I think it was an automatic thing instead of me going, do I really want to do this or not? And so, I was feeding like 10 people a week. I'd go to the store and buy for 10 people. And, we were generating so much trash at my house in Tarzana that I had to take trash to neighbors' garbage cans because
They probably like that, yeah.
Yeah, so they had a porta potty in the backyard and people were living in a shed in our backyard. So,
no way, man.
It was crazy. Probably not the best idea, but that's what I did.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah,
man.
it is.
What years was that? How long ago was that?
That was probably like 8 to 10 years ago, right around there. Maybe 7 to, yeah. It was pretty rugged. I think we helped some kids and I think it was good, but it was too much.
Also, it's like balancing your schedule and family, raising children, and being a husband, and being there.
Oh, yeah, dude.
All that just like,
it's tough.
Crazy hours, man, for
especially
you.
in the music business. Yeah, so I had to get to a place where I was like, hey, listen, I got to go home and feed my kids. I'll come back and keep working. I had to start doing that because otherwise I would have quit.
Because it's crazy hours, man. You're all night long,
dude.
Man.
I have friends who saw their kids on Sundays. Because by the time they woke up to go to work, their kids already went to school. But I got my kids to school every single day.
Yeah.
Even when I was up till midnight, because my wife couldn't, ex-wife couldn't get out of bed, so I was like, every morning, here we go, pack your lunch, make your breakfast, let's get you to school every single day.
What's your schedule like these days? Is it less crazy?
Yeah, it's less crazy.
Do you have like a normal like Monday through Friday schedule?
I pretty much work like Fridays and sometimes Saturdays and Mondays out in the desert. Then I come into town. I'll like usually Tuesday, Wednesday, do some work. So yeah, you know.
Desert's nice, right? It's so nice.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous. The sunsets, the sunrises. It's not very busy. When we first moved there during this last summer, I went to Home Depot to buy stuff because I'm doing a bunch of building crap. Like nobody in the store. I'm like the only customer there. It was like, and you can park anywhere you want, and there's no parking meters. You just pull up, park. Okay,
yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
it's
I
pretty
think
cool.
a lot of people moved there during the pandemic though, too, right?
Yeah, because we started going out there because we couldn't travel during the pandemic.
Yeah,
so we would go to Airbnbs and just stay there. We're like, well, we really like this area, so we decided let's get. She wanted to move to Mexico, but I got kids here, so I can't. I'm not ready to do that. So I go, how about we'll move to the desert? That way I can still. I'm 2 hours away from my kids. So
yeah, it's nice.
Where would you move if you could live anywhere?
I don't know, man. I love California so much. I've been all around the world. I love everywhere I've been to, but there's nothing like California, man. It's hard to explain. Even though it's expensive, we pay high taxes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just love it here, dude.
I was always amazed when you moved out here because I thought you were so like
East
Coast all the way.
I love New York too. My son loves New York. I like to go there and visit. It's just a different city, man.
Yeah.
Everything's changing. Obviously, it always changes. But yeah, I have good memories there. But when I go there, I just kind of feel like a stranger in my old city. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel very old there, and it seems like a very young city. But when I was hanging out there, I was a young kid hanging out in the streets, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I love New York. It's like one of the best cities in the world. But
so what band or artist got you into singing? What was the thing when you go, I'm going to start doing this?
I don't know. Just because when I was roadie for Sick of It All in the early late 80s, 90s, I was just kind of behind the scenes. I loved hardcore. I loved the movement. I loved the message. I loved the energy. Right. And I was always watching them perform, and I started writing in a journal and wrote my first couple songs just on tour. And then the H tour started. We were like a joke band. I made stickers. We started spreading the word. We jump on stage, play one song, which we never actually recorded except for live. Wow. It was a screaming song. And it became something. It was just a joke, and it just became a band. So I had no intentions of really starting a serious band. Right. But once we started recording stuff and I started singing, because I think the people I hung out with, that people thought because I worked with these bands, I was going to sound more harder and have a different, but we were singing melody. I don't know, people liked it. It just kind of started with the 7-inch. It's crazy, bro. I had no plans, man.
Really?
Yeah, the first song was called 5-Year Plan because I thought it'd be over in 5 years. And now it's 30 years, dude.
So if you weren't in music, what would you be doing?
I mean, I was working at record labels before that. I worked in the Maroon at Roadrunner Records, at Concrete Marketing.
Wow.
I worked at Pearl Jam, Nirvana Records, cassettes. I worked Sepultura Records, just shipping them out and promotion and stuff. Temple of the Dog, all those records, dude. I was like, this stuff sucks. And now I love those records. I was too punked for my own good, but yeah. So I was always in behind the scenes of music. Right. So I would have definitely done something in music for sure. Like you did. You did something besides that. Like something, because I love music so much. I love all genres of music. But there was nobody really in particular that said, I mean, I love Milo from Descendants. I love Dag Nasty, 7 Seconds. Those are the bands who had melody in the punk rock to me, you know? Right. Ramones. I like singing stuff. Yeah. I like hard stuff too, but for me personally, I don't know, I've always been like that. I didn't even call myself a singer, but yeah, I didn't even know I had any kind of skill until I started the band. I didn't even think about it. It's weird. Yeah. Good question, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious. But so say somebody said, okay, you can't do anything involving music, and you have to do something else.
Probably supermodel.
I can see that.
I don't know. Maybe I know. That's a great question.
I mean, I'm kind of curious, like, because say your hearing was funky or you couldn't sing or something like that.
I would have did something totally that wasn't
like. Or would you be doing like painting or art or probably construction or
something like that? Yeah,
something
creative. Against the grain. I've always been like, I'm not going to do
right.
the normal 9 to 5. I'm not going to do. Right. I've always been like that. Always like a freak against society. It's a punk rock topic. Question everything, the government, all that stuff. I would do something that was different. Maybe a tattoo artist.
There you go.
I like drawing. I love that shit. Yeah.
Speaking of tattoos, my daugh's way into tattoos. So here's a gal who grew up who was like super like regular, just like little girl. She's got crazy tattoos. Oh my God. Wow. She's got tattoos everywhere. It's incredible.
Damn, she's still getting them?
Yeah, she still does. She likes them.
I wonder if she remembers us. Like if we saw her again. I don't know, that'd be interesting.
Maybe.
She might be into some of the music my son even likes. Who knows, man? Yeah. She goes to shows and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit of shows. Not.
When she has some vegan tats, what kind of tattoo she has?
Yeah, she's got all kinds of stuff. So, did you learn your artistic stuff? Was that from your mom? Is that who kind of made you go, you can do this kind of thing? Because I know your mom was the person in your life, really.
My mom. Yeah, she was raising three boys.
She raised you guys, and she really did it. I mean,
and my grandparents too on the weekends. But my mom was always playing like Jim Croce in the house.
Wow.
Time in the Bottle was a big song for us after my dad died.
Yeah.
She was playing all that kind of stuff in the house, and like R&B and just soul music. And
wow.
I don't know. I think it was my brothers that kind of got me, because they're the ones that got me into skateboarding, and through skateboarding I found punk rock and this soundtrack to this. Going to my first show, it was like a home away from a home, and it was like all these weirdo punk rock skaters and stuff, and the energy.
Right.
I think it was really through my brothers that got me into punk, but my mom definitely played music in the house, man.
Right.
Neil Diamond, Neil Sedaka.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bill Withers, right?
Yeah.
All those stuff.
That was good.
Maybe some yacht rock stuff, yeah.
How old were you when your dad died?
I was 3.
Wow. What was it? Was it something sudden, or?
It was some rare heart condition where he came home. I'll never forget the day he came home. He come laid on the bed next to me. I was at my aunt's house, and he had weird pains during the day.
What?
And then my aunt took him to the hospital. He never came back. That was it, man. I just started going to therapy last year. Only person in my family gone to therapy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Well, good for you. You know what? Therapy is, I got to say, I think it's a lifesaver for a lot of people. Really is.
It's cool to be able to talk about therapy, too, and it's okay to talk about it.
Of course it is. You know what? Here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize, and that is the way you formulate your life and the armor and the protection you build when you're a young person is effective then. But as you get older, that armor is less and less effective and actually starts to be a weight on you, and it keeps you from moving forward. And I know this from my own experience and people I know that the thing you do, that okay, this works, and then you finally get older, you go, oh, that's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
So
Great
it's really
point,
important.
man.
It's really important. And therapy, I think, is really
how you treat other people in your life and just everything. Being a dad, being a husband.
Dude, therapy is, I think it's game changing. If you get a good therapist, you can learn so much about yourself. And you also, look, I've told this to many people that I hate the idea of having to grow and learn. I hate it. I don't want to put in the work. I don't like it. I don't. But I like the person I become afterwards. And the one thing that I've learned is that there's something in front of you that's kind of keeping your life back. You have a couple of options. You can kind of pretend it's not there, or you can kind of walk around it or trying to go over it. But for me, it's taken me years to figure this out, but I want to go straight through it, because on the other side is the good stuff. And I want to get there because I want to get there quicker, because then I'm a better person. I know more about life then, and I want to start using that now instead of like waiting. No, I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal. Then you get through, you go, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
And same thing with my relationship. I want to get through it. Like, let's get there so that we clear it out. Like, and I feel like I get closer to my girlfriend now when we argue, because we both, here's what we do. So she has a point of view, I have a point of view. Instead of pointing at each other and say, you're the fault, we aim to an outside thing and we go, this is the issue. So now it's not me blaming her. She's not blaming me. It's this outside issue. It's a third person in our relationship. And now we join forces to fight it and figure it out.
I love that, man.
Yeah, isn't that great? Because then you go,
incredible.
Yeah, because then you hold hands and go, okay, we got to figure this thing out. It's like our communication's messed up or something's happening. Okay, let's hold hands. Let's figure it out.
I love that, dude.
Dude, it only took me 6 years to figure that out.
We're still growing and learning, though. Yeah.
Every single day.
As we get older, it's crazy. So you go to therapy still or no?
Yeah, I do, man. I'm down like twice every other week kind of thing, but it's been really helpful. I mean, I had to go to therapy to learn of relationships that were bad for me, and things that were, look, my biggest lesson was my dad would turn into a big pain in the ass to me. He was super unkind and just really, really not cool for many years. And I was ready just to kind of write him off and go, I'm never going to talk to this guy again. But I went to therapy on my own. I paid for it for a year to learn how to deal with him.
Okay.
And so once I learned how to deal with him, then I could actually love him, even though he was being like a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's like, and he would write all these things, like, because he used to write these unpleasant emails to me, and he
emails
to me, like I did this wrong or that wrong, whatever.
My God.
But he would have these germs in there where he'd talk about his childhood, and I learned to not even address the things he'd said to me. It was like the Matrix. I'd just dive away and let the bullets fly past me.
Yeah.
But then I'd see he'd talk about his childhood. Go, it's really too bad somebody wasn't there for you when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I worked a year to learn how to love someone who was not being cool with me.
Wow, man.
And to be solid in who I am is like, you know what? I know you got an opinion about me. It's not correct. That's fine. And then I think he died like 3 years after that, because I was ready just to go shut it down and go,
wow.
Fuck you. I'm never going to talk to you again.
Did you have some closure with him before he passed?
Oh yeah. Because then I was going to write him off, but I knew that I couldn't see my mom again and my brother and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to learn how to deal with this guy and people like him. And then, so yeah, when he, after that I loved him. And when he died, I loved him. I loved him.
Beautiful, man.
But it was and I felt like he should have done the therapy.
Absolutely.
To be honest,
yeah.
But this therapist woman was really smart. She
That's
goes,
incredible,
she was
man.
like, "Here's what you got to do. You're gonna learn how to live with this kind of person."
Yeah. Wow.
And so, and the thing about life is this: it's easy to love people who love you,
yeah.
but to love people who are being pains in the ass to you and stuff like that. Now, that doesn't mean you have to stay in a relationship where somebody's being unkind to you. You can just go walk away and say, "I'm done."
Sure.
That's totally cool.
It's hard though. Man.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And I totally respect people who make that decision. But for me, at that time, I just had to learn to love my dad, and I just knew he had his own issues. And here's another thing: when people do shitty things with you, oftentimes, in fact, I'd say 95% of the time, it's not even about you.
100%.
It's about their own internal crap. They're just spilling it out on you.
Absolutely.
You just happen to get it on you. Like, oh man, it's like if my dad was a painter and he just spilled white paint on me, I'd be like, hey, you're spilling white paint on me. He didn't know, because he's just his own shit coming out.
It's a great point. Man.
Yeah. So I learned to love somebody who was really unkind. I learned to just dodge all the shit, and I could still love him. And when he died, I kissed his forehead. He was cold. He was in a fucking refrigerator, and I kissed his forehead.
Oh my God,
dude! That year, I kissed him and my friend John O'Brien's forehead, who died of an overdose, like within a month. And
it's heavy, man.
It's really heavy. Yeah.
Your mom and dad were together when he passed?
Yeah. He died at her house. She said, "I know what a death rattle sounds like," because he died right in front of her. She was there. She
Is
would
your mom still here?
Yeah. She's 93, dude.
Wow.
Walks 3 miles a day.
Dude, that's amazing.
3 miles a day. But yeah, and then who else? Someone else just died.
Mom's 93. That's
dude.
incredible.
She walks 3 miles a day. And I remember when I was a kid, I was in high school. She ran 5 miles on her 50th birthday.
Wow.
And I was like, what? Because she
That's
used to go down the track by the school. It would be dark. It'd be winter, and she'd be running by herself. My dad's like, something's going to happen. She's like, I'm going to run. I'm going to run every day. So when I remember okay, you're going to run 5 miles on your 50th birthday. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to keep this exercise thing. It's been the only, honestly, hiking's the one consistent thing in my whole life, other than maybe recording music. I was hiking from when I was like 17, 18 years old till now, and music, and those, jobs come and go, relationships come and go, but man, that's the through line that keeps. And honestly, the hiking's the thing that kept me so not going crazy when things were really bad. I'd go out and do these rugged hikes that were like really hard uphill and down, and just blowing out all the energy, and I would just feel so calm.
Once you get the stress out,
just go, oh, I feel so good. And then of course the whole day goes downhill after that. But just being at that moment, knowing that I could download the stress and not be an asshole to people.
Yeah. You know what I did on my 50th birthday?
What?
Ran 5 miles.
Are you serious?
Yeah, with a bunch of friends. Yeah, it was my first big 5 miler. Yeah.
That's
man,
cool.
It's the same thing your mom did. It's crazy, dude.
Dude, I've never run 5 miles. That's awesome.
I did it for my 50th, man. So maybe I'll run. I have to run for my 55th.
I'm going to tell my mom about that, man.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
I was so excited. I ran my 2 friends.
Dude.
That's probably my first 5 miles in a long time.
Dude.
That's 4 years ago.
I
just started running recently, yeah.
That's super cool that you did that.
I want to do 55 push-ups on my 55th. That'd be sick. Not in a row, though.
I used to be able to do that when I was doing physical therapy. I was going hardcore and all that stuff.
Can you bring it back or no?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's between donuts or that. Let me see. Let me think about it.
What are some of your daily rituals? Like you wake up pretty early. You woke up at 4 today. That's because you came here. But
yeah, but I usually wake up at probably 5:30 every day.
You go to bed early?
Yeah.
You sleep pretty good?
Pretty good. Yeah, but yeah, so it was 4 because I drove out from the desert usually. But yeah, I mean, I just get up. We walk every day. My girlfriend and I walk every day, like about 2.5 miles every day. Been playing pickleball every other day, every third day. Been hiking, getting back into hiking again. Did a rugged hike a couple of days ago. Oof. Oh, then I'll tell you what's tough is a couple weeks ago I did a hike and then I ran down. That's hard because the top of your thighs just get torn
and your knees. So running down's hard,
dude,
man.
But I ran that stuff down. So
that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I just
And your
my rituals. I swim my pool every morning if I'm at home.
It's great.
And it was 64 degrees a couple weeks ago. Now I think it's down to it's up to 70. But I dive in that stuff. You're doing the hardcore 37 ice bath.
Yeah.
How long do you stay in there for?
A minute or 2 or 3 sometimes. When I first got it, I did 18 minutes.
Are you serious?
And my friend's like, yo, all my friends.
Dude, don't you worry about hypothermia?
No, I was good. I went in the sauna after that. It was brutal, though.
But is someone here when you're doing that?
Yeah, you go back and forth 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it, though. It's such a crazy natural high, man. More than caffeine. You sleep so good that night. I try to sauna every day at least. We sauna last night like at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I'll do sauna every day. But
we have a cold shower outside, so either I'll go the cold shower.
Oh, yeah, the cold shower.
I don't want to plunge it, yeah.
I've done that too, where you do the cold, yeah.
It's just crazy, like walking, cold water, heat. These things are just so good for you without taking a pill. It's
They
like
are.
just natural things you could be doing every day, cold showers or anything like that.
People don't realize that comfort is not particularly good for us. You got to get out into stuff that makes you feel uncomfortable. Like that's when I do hikes.
Exactly.
Like out there, like I was going to hike this morning. I ran out of time, but I was going to hike in the rain and just like, I don't care. I'll just do it. Get a nice warm shower. Like, oh, that's nice. And then you move on with your day.
Yeah. The other day I did a 5-mile walk in the rain with umbrella. I try to walk 5 to 7 miles a day.
Oh my God.
I want 15,000 steps.
Dude, my girlfriend Mary and I did that last year. We walked every day, almost 5 miles every single day. I think we did like.
So good for you, dude.
I think we did like 12 or 1,300 miles in a year of walking.
It's so good for you, man. Especially as you get older.
Yeah.
I always see like the older couples walking. I want to be my wife someday. The old people walking, holding hands.
Dude.
I love that, dude.
And because you can walk till you're like 90s. My mom's walking. You can walk till you're 100. That's the one exercise you can continue to do.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Are you an optimist or pessimist?
I'm definitely optimistic.
No, you've always
absolutely.
You have such good positive vibes, dude.
Absolutely, because you know what?
You've always been like that.
You know, have you ever read this guy, Dr. Viktor Frankl? He wrote this book called Man's Search for Meaning, and he lived through the concentration camps. And he said, and he used to say he could see, he knew when someone was going to die. Because what they would do is they would take things, they would scrape their faces so they looked like they were red and like they were healthy.
Yeah.
And they knew if they did that they wouldn't be killed. And so they would stay alive. And then he could see, like he'd see a friend of his go, oh man, he's not looking good. Like a day or two later, dead. And he said, if you have a why for living, you can survive almost any how. Like if you have a reason to get out of bed and just focus, you can get through. I think survival is a lot of it just mental. It's like, are you ready to do this? And
totally.
Like if I was thrown on a desert island with like my 10 friends, I would live.
You would?
Oh my God, yes, I would, because I'm determined, and I've read a bunch of books about that stuff, but I'm just really like I'm gonna
a survival show. We're watching that show right now, Naked Afraid of Love.
Yeah,
it's a wild one too.
Yeah, about 10, 12 years ago, my daughter had found like in some whatever thing, this thing about they were auditioning for those shows. And
really?
I actually went and did the audition.
What?
And they called me back and they said, do you want to do this? But it was the thing where you had to commit to a month. And I was like,
no
this is
way.
like my wife was bedbound and my son's
you
got
get paid for that
needs.
show too? They pay you for that?
Well,
no?
if you win it, you get like $1 million. But if you don't, then you've had a whole month that you did nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can't leave my wife at home and my son's got special needs. I can't but my daughter's like, you should do it. I go, oh my God, I could do this because I've studied this stuff. I've learned stuff to kind of survive. I mean,
that's pretty cool though.
But I was like, I could definitely do this. Oh, this is not survival, but was it a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago? My friend rented a 44-foot boat in the British Virgin Islands, and the four of us, we stocked it with food. We sailed it. We cooked and we scuba dove. It was just we did it. We sailed it. It wasn't like somebody sailed it for us. We sailed that boat.
How long you guys out there?
10 days.
Wow.
10 days. Like, where are we going to aim it? I was at the helm on the one day for 6 hours. I was helming that boat. It was amazing.
That's amazing. Did it get scary out there or no?
No, and it was
weather-wise or anything or no?
It was all pretty good. We did a bunch of wreck dives. Oof, so cool.
We see some whales out there or anything? Or?
No, we saw some sharks.
Really?
Yeah, the sharks were cool underwater. And a barracuda. Oh my God. Dude, we're getting back on the boat and this barracuda, there's two of them right there by us. I was like, that's really interesting. And I look and I could see one had a hook in its mouth and it was kind of moving closer toward me. I thought, okay, if I'm super cool, I can just hold it and take that hook out of its mouth. I thought this would be really great to do that.
Yeah.
I was like super cool, and it was kind of getting closer. And then this bonehead guy that was part of our thing, like lunged for it. He thought he could grab it, and then of course the thing swam off. That was it. I was like, dude, we could have rescued that poor barracuda with that hook in its mouth.
Damn. So you're out there, you can see the sharks underwater, all that stuff?
Oh yeah, I got videos of that stuff. Yeah, the sharks just floating around.
Bro, I've never done that. Like going underwater like that'd be awesome.
It's cool. Oh man, have you ever snorkeled or anything?
No, man. No.
Wait. What?
No, man.
Seriously.
I'd love to try it.
Before you pass on to the great beyond, you've got to go somewhere where there's clear water and snorkel and just look at the incredible beauty.
No, I love to do it. My wife's done it a bunch of times back in the day.
There's just
Fiji and all that stuff.
Yeah, you're just floating on the water. You got your snorkel. You're just looking at all this stuff. And then for you, if you're a little bit adventuresome, there's a thing called snuba.
Okay.
So they put a diving tank on a floating like little raft with about 20 foot of rope or breathing cord, and you can be on the surface and you can go down like about twice the depth of this kitchen and see things and pop right back up.
How deep do you go? That's what scares me.
Well, because you could go as little as you want, but you have enough. cord with your regulator, so you can float and you go, oh, I'm going to swim down there. I'm going to see a couple things, and you swim back up, and it's super, super mellow. My kids did that. It's super mellow.
Okay, that's sick. Yeah, I'll let you try that.
You should do it. But snorkeling, oh my God, you will see stuff you can't believe how beautiful it is. Like the color and the fish and everything. It's just this
the energy
life.
too. It's gotta be. I know.
It's gorgeous, and this life is happening all the time.
I know.
It's always there, and you just see these fish, and they're doing their thing, and it's beautiful.
Damn.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I put that on my bucket list to
You
try.
should, you should definitely
Also
do it.
skydiving. You ever done that?
No, I won't do that.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
I did bungee jump years ago, and that was really scary.
Yeah, skydiving would be freaking crazy.
Yeah, I tried to do that. I was in college. I was in the skydiving club, and I tried to get my brother to go, and he's like, he goes, "Hey Matt, why would I step out of a perfectly good airplane?"
It's a good point.
Yeah, so I probably won't do the skydiving thing. Plus, I've watched too many of those, like, I almost died videos, and it's always these people skydiving, and their thing gets tangled up. I'm not going to talk you out of it, but
that's scary.
But the skydiving thing is a little, I don't know. I'm a little leery about that one, but a lot of people do it.
Are you on social media? I know you're on Facebook.
No, actually, I actually bailed on Facebook.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
crazy politically crazy over there.
Yeah, I just bailed on it. It was like going into a well that there was no more water in anymore. Yeah. So I bailed on that. I'm on Instagram a little bit, but I'll tell you, the thing that's really, really, really good, and I know a lot of people are going to have a hard time accepting this, TikTok.
I'm not on there, yeah.
Is incredible. And the reason
I hear
why
great things, dude.
Dude, why it's incredible is this. You'll be on there, and there's someone that goes, I don't know who needs to hear this, and they'll tell you this story about how they got through something really challenging.
I've seen that.
And they'll tell you that, and you're like, oh my God. And then I get to hear like black people and women talk about how life is, like real life. Like us white guys are like, everything's totally fine. It's like women are like, no, actually it's really fucked being around men. And black people are like, yeah, white people are kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And so you get to hear the real deal. But
That's
to me,
awesome.
it's the only time that I think people are giving gifts freely. Like therapists will get on and go, you having a hard time dealing with someone who's narcissistic in your family? Here's what you do. You're going through a painful breakup or someone just died. Here's what you do. And so your algorithm, it will start knowing what you're looking for. And I get stuff like, oh my God, just so profoundly beautiful
That's
gifts.
Cool.
And to me, because I remember
life gems every day, yeah.
Oh my God, I remember people going like, it's just a bunch of girls without bras on trampolines. Like, well, that's, if you were looking for that, I'm sure you can find that.
Anything on there, yeah.
But the everyday, like my thing is just all these people just telling these stories. You go, whoa, man, that's incredible. I mean,
that's cool.
I get, also autism. My son's had autism, and I've learned about it through him, but it's different when you hear grown adults talk about autism. It's a completely different perspective than I got through my son. And these people with autism go, autistic people mask all day long. They're pretending to be normal.
Yeah.
And the stuff they struggle with every day, and you finally get home, you go, I'm done pretending to be normal. And you're just pretending, like you're just trying to like maintain. And you hear these stories, and I know through my son and other people, go, it's so hard to get a job and keep a job when you have special needs, because people it's really hard. So to me, it opens my mind beyond the white male small perspective on life when I get to hear about people, LGBTQ people, people who are, gay or black or Asian or special needs.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
That's beautiful, yeah.
I mean, to me, it's a lifesaver. I think it's incredible.
Yeah, it was weird. We got canceled for like 40 minutes a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. And then Trump saved it, quote unquote. It's a bunch of bullshit.
And it came back like, that was the most craziest day. It was going to be gone. And then I knew he was going to save it and come back or something.
Yeah. And I mean, not to get too deep into politics, but the thing that I have learned a lot in that is, all this time we have news, and we believe, oh, Fox is BS.
Yeah.
And we believe CNN and MSNBC are true. Dude, TikTok, you hear the real story. Like if you wanted the real story about what's happening in Palestine, there are people in Palestine videotaping what's happening right there.
You think maybe that's why they wanted to ban it, because it was so real?
Yes. Well, if you want to get into it.
Too real for TV.
If you want to get into it, AIPAC.
I didn't know that, yeah.
AIPAC, which many people believe controls our government. AIPAC is the American, Israeli, whatever it is.
Okay.
I used to think that it was the Republicans were bad and the Democrats were good. AIPAC has bought all of them.
Okay.
Like, I'm not exaggerating, about 95% of them are all paid off by AIPAC.
Okay.
And so, of course, they wanted to shut down TikTok, because TikTok, as people, they're in Gaza videotaping, look, this bomb just landed on my family, and here's
showing
my
what's
house.
really going on there, yeah.
And they're like, we just want to live. We don't want, and I mean, anyway, I think it's
wow.
And same thing with the Congo and Uganda, all stuff. You can people around the world are talking about stuff, and you go, because we get this American version of how exceptional America is and how we have all this freedom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, other countries have free healthcare and free education. You can go to Denmark and you can go for free for 6 years. You can go to Germany. There's certain countries will pay you money per month and you get educated and you get healthcare.
Yeah.
America, the fact that we can't give that for people, come on.
And how about all the foods that are banned in America, in Europe, that we still have in America? Too?
Yes.
It's scary.
And we finally got rid of that red food dye.
That was great. That was great.
But I mean, there's so many things, and just like insulin for people with diabetes used to be like $2,000 a month, and Biden finally got it down to like $45 a month. And now I think it's going to go back up because capitalism wants to make money. Who cares? Capitalism is all about making $1 and not about people being healthy and have good lives.
Yeah. Such a weird time to be alive, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's only like the first 2 months of the year. It's very interesting, man. But I do like all the health they're trying to do, get rid of certain things, make stuff healthier, try to. I don't know. I'm trying to see the positive in all of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think there's positive. I think there's always going to be good people around.
Totally.
And people who are still trying to do the right thing. It's just there's boneheads and there's billionaires and people who just want to suck the money out of everything and just, I think we got to take care of. Here's the thing. You can judge a civilization. This is exactly how you judge it. How they treat the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
And
great
dude,
point.
we just poop all over the poor homeless people who, it's just, and, Margaret Mead, I think she's like an anthropologist. You know what she said what the beginning of civilization was?
What?
She found a human femur that had healed. And what that means is this: if you are a human back in the, hunter-gatherer caveman days and you broke a femur, you were dead. You were not going to survive. But civilization is they knew that this person hurt him or herself, and that person was able to heal. Well, they brought food and fed this person, and they healed their femur. That's the beginning of civilization.
Wow.
When you're looking out for other people,
whether
it's your family, your friends, or somebody, you're like, hey, you're not doing well. I got you now.
Yeah.
That's civilization.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people just looking out for themselves. We saw it during the pandemic too, like the division, just everything, how the world was. But I do feel like social media was a positive during that because it brought people together, and we saw that the whole world was going through the same thing we were at one time. We're all locked down together.
Yeah.
So as far as TikTok's concerned, it's showing you the real stuff that the news isn't showing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, man.
It's
a positive thing. Yeah.
TikTok actually wants people to connect and hear the real story. The real story. The news it's all owned by billionaires,
man.
They want to keep us fighting each other. And
it's hard to know what's real and what's fake on the internet too, man. It's crazy.
Man. Of course. But look, the people in power. Look, it's not the Republicans or the Democrats. It's the uber wealthy who are running the country and
they're pulling the strings from behind.
They're pulling the strings, and that's why all the rules and the laws are for them. They can do whatever they want. Look, if you and I went to Capitol Hill and we gave some guy $300 to do something for us, we'd be thrown in jail because we're bribing. But now if you and I have a super PAC and we give somebody $2 million so that our business doesn't get taxed so much, that's okay. And that's happening. Yeah. That's why it's not a government for or by the people anymore. It's really for big business.
It's crazy, man.
That's my opinion.
No, I love that. Maximus, come here. We need you.
Max.
Are you leaving? Where?
Oh, shoot. I'm supposed to be at an appointment.
Yeah, we're going to go. We're done. So can you take pictures of us?
Oh,
okay. Let me end this real quick. Be quiet, Max. Let me check my notes. Hang out. I'm sorry, Matt Wallace. Matt Wallace, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Go through my notes.
I've got a doctor's appointment at 3:30.
Okay, we're going to do a part 2 someday because I fucking want to go all types of music with you. I love you.
Love you
too, man. I appreciate it. Max, stop being on my podcast.
Quick photo, then I got to bail.
Okay, Matt Wallace.
Fudge. Yes.
Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you for everything. We're going to redo the Go record, do something on there.
Please.
All the records you produce, all the good you put into the world. I love you. I appreciate you. Great reconnecting with you.
Yes.
And I'm psyched to hang out with you more.
Yes, please. And let's mix
that. Let's go for a hike too.
Yes, do a hike and let's do Go. Let's mix it.
Love you.
All right, love you too, man.
Mr. Wallace.
Sorry to bail. I realize I got to be
outside. It's okay.
Bye.
Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people, and I'm super, super honored to be part of them They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much, didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryo-technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over a 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really, really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really, really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refined Recovery. They gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to. They help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through it and going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves, and the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call.